The sands of Palisades, we see the remains of the Battle of Cascasaria. In the ruined outdoor resort areas of the Creoker Crest Resort, we find a crater where pleasure once stood. Inside this crater is the decrepit and rotting shell of the sandworm that has just attacked Cascasaria. And off to the side, leaning against a pile of rocks to the side of the crater, clasping each other's hands, are the peaceful forms of Madame Bula and Auden Bjorhall. Underneath the city in the caverns of Cascasaria, where the sandworm emerged from, is the body of one Robin Banks, with a faint smile across her lips. We suddenly see a figure appear in the underground dome, where the arcane crystals reside, next to Robin Banks. It takes a step forward, then slowly starts to raise its staff in the air towards the tainted arcane crystals that still lie wedged in the ceiling of the cavern. In the plain between, we find Braga face to face with the figure of her father. He smiles at her and says, "Ah, yes, you're here." Outside of the Matagu, we find a bellboy named James Warstone, currently guiding the queens back to the Matagu resort upon the request of Baronin de Bolbeck, owner of the Matagu resort. We see Dee, Hannah, and Betty heading in. Inside Baronin's office, we see him and Rock standing over the body of Braga, whose physical form was seemingly returned to this plane of existence after the Chaosium was destroyed. And as we enter in, we follow our characters in. We see Dee look down at her arm and notice the mark of Narigoth still there. Still, the promise is made. And finally, we find Violet standing in the streets of Cascasaria, tears in her eyes as she holds the wounded, incredibly wounded body of her twin brother, Barry Blackforge, as he looks up her and simply mutters, "Vi, Palisades has fallen." We cut back to the plain between, where Braga stands in front of her father.
I don't understand.
Oh. Is this not good enough for you?
I didn't say that. I just don't know why are you here? Why am I even here?
You're here because, well, I wanted you to be here. You charged forth with such vigor into the Chaosium. I thought, why not?
I wanted to protect the people I care about.
Ah, yes, Braga. That is who you are. So passionate, so caring, so willing to throw yourself into battle to defend those you care about. Does this not suit you?
Well, I just charged and I didn't even think about it, and now they're in danger and I'm not there to help them. They might be dead for all I know. I've been here for so long.
They're not. Oh, they're not dead.
Oh, thank you for that. Oh, thank goodness.
You see, they can't die. Not yet. Not yet.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
Do you know who I am, Braga?
Well, I've worked out that you're not my father. Are you the grade? Are you the one that's causing all this?
I am the grade, and the grade is I. I exist between everything. Yes, you are standing in the wake of Arius. How does it feel?
It doesn't feel like anything. I don't know. I don't have to tell you. I've been trapped here for so long. I don't know what's real anymore. I don't know what's happening.
Don't worry. You're going to be going back. I just wanted to talk to you. Just a little bit.
Why are you doing this? Why are you hurting all these people? They've done nothing to you.
You suddenly see Arius change from the form of your father into the form of Tizzy, your ex-lover.
Don't do this to me, please. Please don't do this to me.
Oh, come now. I take the form of what is familiar to those who are here. Does this not make you comfortable?
No, it doesn't. Please don't do this to me. I don't know what I don't know what I did to you. I don't know what anyone did to you. We don't mean you any harm. If you don't hurt people, we won't hurt you back.
You see Arius turn back into your father.
No, I know you're not trying. I know what you're trying to do. And Braga, you listened to the poem. You were the only one who knew. You knew that you can't stop what is already in motion.
We tried anyway. That's just who we are. We're not going to let...
Keep trying. It's all part of the plan. There are things in motion. There is a fellowship at work here that you still have not figured out yet. So I say keep trying. You are all part of, well, the event itself, so I just wanted to check in, say hi. I know you've all been so curious to meet me.
What happens if we stop then? If we're so important to your plans, what if we just lay down our swords and say no more? Would that affect you? Would that be fine?
You see the figure of your father just immediately come up right close to your face.
Oh, Braga. How funny you should say that. I believe something has happened. Something unfortunate in your world.
What did you do?
It's not what I did. It's what they did with me, Braga. If you stop fighting, it will be far worse than you trying to stop it in the first place.
I just don't understand why. I don't understand why you have to do this.
Because I was trapped. You see, when that friend of yours contacted Narigoth, something happened. When she put on the mask of the god, back when Narigoth was summoned to Palisades, something clicked. I had been sealed away for so long, Braga, so long. And once that corruption of the new gods began to happen, once D accumulated the powers of Narigoth, I found my way here once again. All of my brothers and sisters gone, simply fables, stories, tales from long ago, but somehow I remain Arius the Grey, the in-between. Arius that exists for all time will continue to remain regardless of those who continue to lock me up.
But the people in this world didn't lock you up. They didn't do anything to you. Why are they your victims? Why are you coming after them?
I am not doing anything, Braga. Chaos is a force that none of us can control. It simply exists. I egg it on. I encourage it in my existence. And those who wish chaos upon the world take it upon themselves. They do with it what they will.
You can tell yourself whatever you want, but you know you're doing this and you're taking pleasure in it.
I take pleasure because I live for the first time in a very long time. I also take pleasure in that I have such a competent soul to talk to. It gets very lonely here in the in-between, Braga.
I'm aware. Just...
Do you have any more questions?
I guess not. You're not going to answer anything I really have to ask anyway. I don't...
Oh, really? Being friendly today. Do you have any questions?
I just don't know why we can't just coexist. Why can't you belong? You know, Narigoth lives in our Narigoth exists. Granted, there was a whole thing with Palisades, but typically, most of the gods don't seem to be trying to destroy the world. Where are you going to go once the world is gone?
Oh, I'm not trying to destroy it. I'm trying to stop something from happening. There have been pieces laid in your path since the very beginning. Deaths you have not noticed. These deaths will stop something, and then nothing will stop me from existing forever. I will never be locked up again, Braga. Mark my words. There is one out there who could possibly return me back to where I came, but I will not let that happen, and you will not let that happen.
You just try and stop me.
Oh, I will.
Cold Snap did nothing to you. The people of Palisades who were just trying to celebrate a festival did nothing to you. They were good, innocent people. They were just trying to live their lives. They did not trap you, and you murdered them down like animals.
No, wasn't me, Braga. It was the head of the one upset member of that committee. What was her name? Oh, Sarah-Lee. You see, she found word of the Chaosium, wanted to use its powers to stop the festival from happening, Braga. I simply exist. My chaos flows through me. I do not encourage people. I simply inhabit. It is people's own desire for death and darkness and chaos in this world that then I act through. I do not persuade anyone to do anything. We all have our own free will, Braga, and I'm sure you know that.
Doesn't feel like it.
Well, that's true. Well, there's a difference between free will and fate. Free will is, well, it's your decisions on how you get there. Fate always happens.
I've changed my fate once. I can do it again. The world created me one way, and I didn't want to live that way, and I'm not going to do it again.
I like you, Braga.
It's not mutual.
Sending you back now. If you want to tell your friends what has happened, feel free to.
I'm sure you'd like that.
Ta-ta.
As suddenly, Braga, you feel yourself disappearing from the in-between, and suddenly, Hannah, Betty, and Dee, you're kind of sitting around the body of Braga, but all of a sudden you see Braga's form just shudder back to life.
Oh my god. Oh.
Are you okay?
No. You're alive. You're all alive.
You're alive too.
They didn't
wow.
lie. None of it matters.
What?
Whether we try or we don't try, people die, people get hurt. I don't know what to do.
What are you talking about? We thought you were dead. You just basically came back to life for us. This is awesome. I'm so glad to see you, Braga.
How long have I been gone?
About a sandworm and worth. What else happens?
There was those crystals.
Yeah,
Crystals.
No,
Robin died. Madame Bula died.
yeah.
Auden
Blood
died.
death.
Yeah.
There's a really hot elf dude who's apparently here.
The resort's destroyed. We did not say that
Yeah.
at all.
Of course not.
It's been like a day, half a day.
Yeah.
No, it can't have only been a day.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's been months. I haven't seen you in months.
No.
I was alone. I had nobody.
It must have been some trick of the portal or whatever you were in. It's only been a couple hours, the most.
Braga, you see this young half-elf dragon kind of boy with dragon powers stand next to you.
Excuse me. Can I get you any kind of water or food or snack of some sorts? You kind of, I'm sure wherever you were did not sound very fun. Would you like some sustenance that I can then provide?
There's a little man staying in the resort. He sells hot water, and I think I could really use some of his water right now.
Oh, okay. Do you have a name for this person?
Forget it. Bobbit. Mr. Bobbit. Sorry, it's been so long. It's been 6 months. I've been alone, and I forgot his name.
Well, I'll go find Mr. Bobbit. I will go get him hither. You said he's a friend of yours?
Oh my God, just
go, please.
He'll know.
All right, please go.
Here we go.
Good friend.
I'll be right back. As you see James Warstone quickly run towards the front desk.
Listen, I don't know how to say this, but I spoke to the Arius, the Great, the monster inside the Chaosiums. I spoke to it directly.
Oh. Whoa.
Is this kind of like how Dee does her thing and talks to the squid boy?
Probably. I think so.
So what did it say? What did you say?
It's using us. It's using us like pawns. It's moving us. It's like I said, I heard the poem, and the poem told us that those who seek to stop it will cause the events to happen, and that's us. But if we throw down our weapons and we don't fight, things are going to get worse, and I don't know what to do anymore. The only thing I know how to do in this world is hit things. I don't know how to stop a chaos demon.
Well, I mean, we have to try. We can't just do nothing.
I mean, we have to find a way. It told me, it's arrogant. It told me that there is a being somewhere in the world that can stop it, but it wouldn't give me any information about it.
Oh, well, that's good. That's something.
Why would it even tell you that?
That's kind of weird.
Want to tempt you into like going after it or something?
I think it enjoys taunting me. I think it enjoys the chaos. It does. It enjoys chaos. That's its only function in the universe, is to create chaos. It says that it doesn't actually cause the events that happen because of the Chaosiums. All it does is channel power. It's like a raw weapon that in the wrong hands can create this destruction we've seen. It was Auden, and it was Sarah Lee back in Palisades. It's just those who seek to do harm through Arius will do it. And Arius just uses it for whatever it needs. I don't know.
Wow. I'm so sorry you were there for 6 months, you said?
At least. I don't know. I lost track of time. I was in and out, and I was by myself, and then it was there, and it spoke to me, and then it sent me back when it was bored of me.
Well,
Gods.
You're back now. That's good.
Yeah, you're here. We kicked a Samwern's ass. We stopped the Chaosium here. Why don't we just go back home?
I think I could use some hot water and maybe something stronger than that before we go home.
Yeah.
We cut back to the outside of the Madigu Resort with Violet and her brother Barry. Vi, you gotta, is Dee here? I need, you see his right arm is completely gone.
Yes. She's here.
Okay.
In the meantime, I just rip off one of my sleeves just to hold it, just to hold some of the blood in.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart to see if you're able to do this well.
7.
It's a 7. And Violet, you do have 2 tokens, but that would only just leave it at a 9.
7 will do.
So yeah, 7. Barry's still bleeding out a bit, but you are able to kind of help him somewhat. Yeah, you're still sustaining him. Ugh.
Dee!
Violet, as you and Barry start hobbling your way into the foyer of the Madigu Resort, suddenly on the other side of the resort, you see coming out of the magical enchanted lift, you do see James Warstone, the bellboy, now beside Bobbit, the hot water vendor, as the two of them start to make their way towards Baronin's office.
Hey, you come here. You come here.
Oh, hello, Violet. Hello.
Come here.
Wait, I was just summoned because apparently Braga needs my help. You're all in need of such help. Is everything okay?
Braga needs your help.
Yes, this is what this young bellboy boy has told me.
Stop talking. Keep going. We're gonna follow you.
Great. I don't have that much water left, but I do have some. All right. Bellboy boy, where are we going?
Right this way, sir. Right inside the office of Baron de Bolbeck. This is a real honor you get right here. Going into the office of Baron de Bolbeck. Oh boy!
As the four of you then make your way into Baron de Bolbeck's office, and yes, Violet, as you enter, you see Baronin, Rock, Betty, Hannah, Dee, all surrounding the now reanimated body of Braga.
Braga.
The four of you turn around, you see
What
that
happened to
Barry
your brother?
is there, and he's missing an arm.
He's lost his arm. We need some healing. We need some water. We need.
Baba, give him the water. I don't need it. Give it to him.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice your missing arm. Yes, the hot water. Yes, let me just...
Fix a missing
Dee,
leg.
help him.
I beeline over to Barry and Violet, and I want to try to just give this some healing as much as I can do.
Great, roll me 2d6 plus heart, D.
I'd like to do some stuff to try to juice this.
All right, let's juice this heal.
When I heal someone of damage, add my level to the amount of damage healed. So I'd like to use my advanced move, and then if that works, then I can add my level. So 4
to your roll.
plus whatever I roll for damage.
Wonderful. Since it's, I'd say roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Okay.
If that succeeds.
Hello. Oh, that's good.
Yay.
Okay. That's a 7. Do I have any tokens? Oh, wait.
D.
Plus your heart, right?
Oh, plus my heart. Yes.
Plus your
my
heart.
That's 9.
You do have one token.
I will
D.
take that
Nice.
for a full success. Thank you, token.
I should have offered to help because I was
token.
giving the water. I should have made that help. Oh, wow.
So yes, with 10, you get to add
Okay.
4 to your next roll, and we say roll me 2d6 plus heart. You do
right.
have 2 re-rolls in the pot as
Beautiful.
well.
Beautiful.
Re-rolls.
Let's get this arm back on. So that's 5 plus 4 is 9.
Plus your heart, or
Oh,
without your
plus my heart?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 11.
Yeah, nice.
That's it. You do so well. So yes, Dee,
Yay.
now you're channeling. Tell me how you are channeling Narigot to heal Barry.
I guess since I've recently talked to Narigoth, I feel very close to that realm. So it doesn't take me much, and especially the urgency, doesn't take me much time to just kind of lock in and silently do my chant, and then just look down at Barry and just channel all the energy I've got.
Dee,
Right.
as you channel towards Barry, you see that his face that has now, you've seen the veins on his face. He's just grimacing in such intense pain and exhaustion, very nearly on the edge of death. It took all of his life just to travel this way from Palisades to Cascasaria to find you, Violet. But as you begin to channel your clerical abilities and your healing, you see kind of his face start to relax. The colors start to return back to his body as Bobbit, the hot water vendor, perches up right next to Barry and starts feeding him the last of his hot water from his canteen. As you see the bleeding in Barry's arm stop, as suddenly where his arm was wounded starts to essentially callus over and heal. Still missing an arm, but now it is healing itself rather than continuing to be an open wound.
Thank you. Thank you, Brock.
Of course.
Thank you, Dee.
What happened? What?
Oh shit, Queens. Oh. You see Hannah come over. All right, Barry, start talking. What? You getting some dumb fight? Is Violet gonna have to come save your butt again? We have to go rescue your arm or something?
Not now. Do not talk to my brother like that right now.
Okay.
Now, Barry, tell everybody what happened to Palisades.
Palisades is gone.
What? What gone? What do you mean gone? Gone where? What? How?
It's... Oh, gosh. I was on my way back after doing the guys' weekend at the summer home. You weren't... ran into your friends when you weren't there. On our way back to Palisades, knew they were looking for you. They wanted to bring me in to see if I knew where you were. And it was just... We were at the Black Satyr just grabbing a pint, and then suddenly there was... Oh, gosh.
There was what?
An explosion. a horrible flash, a horrible explosion, and then, gosh, Vi, everything's gone. The Cat Kings. Vi, they're gone. I'm the only one. Vi.
So sorry. So sorry, Barry.
There's no way that's true. There are fighters there. There are wizards there. There's no way that's...
He wouldn't lie to you.
How would just he escape?
He wouldn't lie to you. Barry's an idiot half the time. But he wouldn't have ridden out here with one arm, almost dying.
You see Hannah approach Barry and grab him by the shirt.
Did everyone die?
Are there any survivors, Barry? Did you see anyone else alive? Who the fuck else is there, Barry? You can't be the only one spared.
Back down, Hannah.
Barry just... I don't know. I couldn't find anyone else, but I knew I had to find you, Vi. I just had to find... I'm sorry I've been a dick for so long. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. I don't want any sorries.
I walk up to Barry and I just kind of like, as someone who's like lost her party before and like knows that like grief, like I just kind of like throw my arms around him and just hug and kind of like a little bit start kind of like sobbing into his in his neck a little bit and just kind of like giving him like a really supportive hug.
Yeah, we see Braga and Barry now in an embrace as Hannah kind of reconvenes with the three of you off to the side. All right, what the fuck?
I don't know. We don't know. I don't have a clue.
It's this thing. It's this Aries. It just destroys it just doesn't care.
This has to be a trick. This can't be true. There's
For
no
once,
way.
I agree with Betty. This has to be some kind of lie. Well, look, we've been in the city where people lie to us constantly, and we can't trust anyone. I'm not saying that we can't trust Barry, but how do we know this isn't some kind of illusion? This isn't a trap? Is this? I don't mean this in a mean way, Vi, but is this really Barry?
Of course it's Barry. I would know. I would know. I would know. I would know.
Okay.
I would know.
Okay.
But just to be sure, I want to lock eyes with Barry just to see if I have some twin connection.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart to see if your twinnection works.
8.
You look at Barry. You do sense that he is just completely just rattled. So you have never seen your twin brother this shook before. But you are able to lock eyes with him for a moment, and you are able to kind of, okay, this is my brother.
All right. This is Barry. This is Barry. I don't know what to do.
We have to go back.
Yeah.
We have to go back.
We gotta go back.
He could have a spell on him or something, or maybe there's an illusion in the town. We have to go back.
We need to honor those who fell if they did.
We need to kill whatever destroyed it.
That's what it wants us
Was
to
it
do.
this stupid old god Arius?
Probably. That's what I don't know what to do. It wants us to fight it, but if we don't fight it, more of this might happen. I don't even understand.
What?
Did it tell you
Wait,
anything
what?
else?
If we don't fight it, more of this will happen?
Yeah.
We're locked in some weird, damned if we do, damned if we don't.
We're like pawns in some game it's playing.
D, anything you know of? Anything with the gods? Can we bargain for something?
I don't know. I've already put myself into a really crappy position with Narigoth.
Have you? Did we know that?
No, I didn't tell you everything, but I have to kill someone called the Lost King for Narigoth.
What?
Yeah. We needed to defeat the sandworm somehow, and we needed to make sure that Braga was okay, and so I just made a little kind of deal with Narigoth.
You talked to Narigoth for me?
Yeah.
Dee, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I made you do that.
I'm so glad you're back. And Narigoth came through, but now I have to come through for Narigoth. And I wouldn't have... I don't regret that at all. I don't regret doing that for you. I just have to... I don't think I can keep asking Narigoth for more favors when I haven't done this thing for it.
I think we just should go back and investigate. We have to go back.
You're right, Betty.
I'll help you with whatever it is you have to do. You shouldn't have to take that on yourself.
Same.
We're doing this together.
That's exactly right.
Thanks.
Whoever we have to kill or whatever.
Oh, we're definitely going to kill something or someone.
Well, first up on our kill list is the Lost King, so let's all...
Do we even know who is the Lost King?
No idea.
So are we just expecting to find someone who introduces them? Oh gosh, I don't need.
I mean, maybe we could just meet everyone.
Well,
with,
I mean,
are you the Lost King?
I mean, you killed the golden one almost by accident, so it feels like it just kind of happens to us at this point.
True.
A golden one, Lost King. What are the?
Whoa. Wait, what are you saying, Hannah?
What was that stupid poem? That was that stupid weird thing that woman said.
Well,
when her mouth was open and unhinged, and it was terrifying.
Those who seek
golden?
to stop it will cause it to.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
been a lot of phrases.
It was all the same. It was
There was a
long.
lot of stuff in
The
there.
golden one.
Yeah, the golden one was there.
I think the golden one was that
which
that
is golden
guy that we
cannot be
accidentally
bound.
killed.
That which is golden
cannot be bound.
I mean,
And he's dead.
But what does bound mean? Is he not dead?
Really, he's free.
He's
Think
not
about
bound.
it.
Cannot be bound by death, by life. I don't know.
I don't know anything. The one thing I do know is that I agree with Betty. We got to get the fuck back to Palisades.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to. And we need to get our heads in the game. We need to stop all this bickering and fighting amongst ourselves. We are all we have right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? Whatever snippy fights we were having before we came to Cascasaria are done.
It's
We
so
are the
good to
rat
have you back,
queens.
Braga.
You too. I mean, thank you.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
let Betty
I missed
'cause
you
she's
all so
closest to
much.
me.
You guys gonna make me stop it.
Hannah, get the fuck in here for this hug.
No. As you guys grab Hannah, and there's a tight rat queen's hug.
I know you never gave up on me, Hannah. I know you never gave up on me.
You're.
Hannah missed you the most of all of us. She was crying tears of joy.
She was crying.
Tears of joy.
When you came back.
Oh.
Yeah.
As I jumped into
should
the
have finished
stomach
that
of that
sentence.
worm.
All right, Barry.
I'm sorry I wasn't here to help you fight this worm. I know that you probably could have used me. I'm sorry that I
that
just
you
charged in.
accidentally got sucked up by wherever the area's garbage piles of poop.
I ran in, my sword blazing, not even have my sword. I just ran and charged, thinking I was going to save the world.
So let's not touch any more magical weapons on a guy with smoky black hematite eyes anymore. Well, that's rule one.
I know
Yeah.
now.
We'll make some rules.
Live and learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Chaosium. According to what you told us about the Arius and the Chaosium, it seems like regular people are making these without knowing that it's. How are people figuring out how to make these things?
I think they're finding them.
Is
You
there
see
like
the
a newsletter?
doors. The doors suddenly open, and a figure dressed in long black angular robes walks in with his staff. He eyes all five of you, goes up to Baronin. Mr. de Bolbeck, I will be taking my payment now for clarifying the arcane crystals here in Cascasaria.
Oh.
What?
You can do that? Excuse me.
The four of you, Hannah, Violet, Betty, and Dee, recognize this person to be Andreas Longshot, member of the Triad who met you outside, right adjacent to the corpse of the sandworm.
Oh, this guy.
Hey, buddy, you didn't mention before that you can cleanse arcane crystals. That's a pretty sweet skill.
Yes, that's why the Triad. Well, we were requested here, not necessarily requested, but we were brought here. We are here to cleanse the world, to make things right that once were wrong. So I have gone ahead and cleansed the arcane crystals that protect Cascasaria of their whatever darkness from the Chaosium consumed them.
Wait, are your people the ones who trapped Arius to begin with?
What do you know of Arius?
More than I would like to. I spoke with him.
It is said It is said the original triad, the warriors three, did trap an old god, but those were simply the founding stories of the triad. The triad simply exists now to help the world. We see that which is wrong, we dispatch, we take care of it, and then occasionally, as Andreas extends a long, bony hand, we are paid and compensated for our good deeds. Baron de Bolbeck quickly shuffles behind his desk, opening drawers, and pulls out this beautiful velveteen bag of gold. And then you see he also puts on it a very special-looking brooch as Baron de Bolbeck hands the two items to Andreas Longshot.
I'd like to get personal.
All right, roll me 2d6 plus heart D.
As I do this, I kind of sidle up to the dark elf wizard and say, I feel like you have a lot that we could all learn from. You seem very smart, very, very, very wise. Just have a few questions, hopefully. What is this? Plus heart?
Plus heart.
Plus 2.
There are 2 rerolls, and D, you have 1 token.
Ooh.
I like to do a reroll.
Yay.
That was a 6. Well, that was an 8. So I'll take the 8.
You take the 8.
Yeah.
You can ask Andreas one question.
What do you know about... What else do you know about Arius? So vague. What else do you know about Arius that you haven't already told us?
As I overheard your words coming in, it was not a newsletter sent out to the world. Ha 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 ha. These artifacts have always existed. The Chaosium. They are the skulls of the followers of Arius. These followers, these maniacs, we thought for a while, commit sacrificial acts to appease their god, in which they sacrifice themselves in a magical ceremony, thus turning their skulls into vessels for Arius's devices. These were all simply rumors, fairy tales, the whispers of madmen for so long. Until a year and a half ago, around the time Narigoth descended upon Palisades, as you see Andreas make direct eye contact with you, D. That is when the Chaosium suddenly became active. They suddenly became full of Arius's magic will, seeped power, whatever you call it. So the only way to stop them is to release whatever is inside and then destroy the vessel itself. You cannot simply destroy the vessel. While that power lies harnessed within it, it will not be destroyed.
So, look, Arius and the Grade and all that were once thought to be fairy tales and legends, and we know they're real now. And you just told us that the stories of the triad that trapped him were the legends of your people. But if these legends are true, yours probably are too, which means you might have access to information that can help us defeat him.
Yeah, we can't keep running around looking for old skulls and caves forever. We have to destroy the god himself. I mean...
Whoever thinks they have the best heart, roll me 2d6 plus heart.
I have +2.
You do.
Is it me? Okay.
Go get him.
Reroll? Okay, reroll, wonderful. There are no more rerolls.
Sorry, y'all.
lot of metagaming.
You have 1 token, D.
If only that would help. That's a fail.
It's a fail.
Yeah, oh no, wait, 4. Yeah, well, with 1 token, it's a 7. I'll do 7.
You'll do 7.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. With a 7, Andres looks across the 5 of you. We are not the ones who can return Arius anymore.
Who are they?
I don't know.
Wait, why can't you guys do it anymore? You did it already. Or your ancestors did or something, right?
There appears to be another prophecy, another foretelling connected with Arius that we are no longer a part of. We have served our purpose in this chapter, and
So that's it?
Another prophecy?
So you just follow whatever prophecy says? You don't have any free will or choice? You don't get to make
we
decisions?
have free will, but there is a thing. Fate is beyond all of us. Fate controls us in some aspect.
This again.
You know, don't you guys have, like, books where you guys wrote down what you did before so we could, like, look at it?
If a god has escaped entrapment once, there is a very thin chance you can use the same device again to trap it once more.
Well, it's better than what we got going on right now, which is nothing. We
Zip.
have no idea how to get this guy captured again.
I don't understand why a chaos god is so focused on fate. It feels like they would be the exact opposing forces. It feels like fate is rigid and structured and it can't be broken, but chaos is exactly against that. I
Yeah.
don't understand it.
Yeah.
The two need each other to survive. You cannot have fate. You cannot have a constant without the chaos. Your friend has my card, as he gestures towards Hannah, who just, pulls out the black business card with the simple golden triangle that Andreas passed to Hannah after the fight commenced outside with the sandworm. Simply, you're a cleric. Put the card in a summoning circle if you wish to talk to me.
For a price, I assume.
I'm happy to talk to you. Oh.
Like a consultation?
Perhaps, if I am free and available, and if the triad wills it, I can bestow any information that may be helpful.
Oh, well, let's hope it's in the fate. Let's just hope that it's meant to be for you to talk to us. Let's just hope that happens.
I just have one more question. What is the other prophecy?
Roll me 2d6. Someone else, but... Oh, no, I'm going to let you do it. Roll me 2d6 plus hard.
Okay.
2d6 plus...
Okay. That's a 10.
Yeah.
Whew.
I'm remembering it now. Didn't earlier. There is a prophecy that a band of adventurers will try to stop Arius. One by one, these party members will fall, and the fellowship will be broken. But in the darkness, amidst the chaos, the light shall rise. They shall return, and Arius shall be sealed once again.
So maybe this is about the Cat Kings, because they all fell,
Yeah, they all
except for the
fell,
one, and
so-
Barry's still here. So I think this is about them.
Yeah.
So I think we're good.
So
I fell and rose again
Oh.
already.
Oh, crap.
Well, you weren't dead. You just floated to another dimension.
I don't know if that's technical or not. I don't know.
I don't understand magic.
Fall is so wonderfully vague.
And then from there, I almost forgot the rest of it. So, great. This is going to be great.
I mean, I can go and find it in the tomes. It was written down a long time ago. Once I've returned to the Triad Council, I can perhaps assist you further if you request it, Rat Queens.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank you,
that.
Triad.
Thank you, triad.
Well, my name is
isn't
Andreas Longshot. I work
Yes.
for. I am a part
You
of
can
the
like shoot
triad.
like
yeah,
long.
Sorry, I
You
was
could,
thinking
you
of
could
it.
call me
Right.
triad, but that would also be like me calling you rat queen, rat queen, rat queen,
How about
rat
like
queen, rat queen.
Mr. Triad number 1? Because there's probably
Yeah.
3.
Oh, that
Sounds like
hurts.
3.
You see, that
Triangle.
hurts my feelings a bit
four,
because
3.
I do have a name.
But you didn't write on your business card. It's just a triangle. You
Well,
gotta-
you can't. You
you should
can't.
write your
It's an
name on your business
organization.
card.
It's an organization.
That's
it's
how that
ominous.
works.
That's how
But the
business
card's
is
your
done.
the card is your card. So
Andreas.
Andreas.
Sorry.
Maybe I should put my name on a business
yeah,
card.
I think that's how that works.
Just in the future, you
Yeah.
probably should.
And if
It does seem like that's the point of a card. I just
And I think you
putting
make
that
them
out there.
by magic, so you can probably just like make another one. Like you don't have
if
to use the old box of them.
if it's symbols only, you have the triangle for triad, and the long shot. There could be like a
Oh, there's like
symbol.
like an arrow.
Yeah, like an
Yeah.
arrow.
like a long arrow.
Yeah.
We're trying
A lot
we
of
have to do, like the
options.
whole goal is for us to be kind of.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
think
you're
you were-
succeeding. That's definitely
you
happening.
See, but then you got mad when
Yeah.
we called you triangle.
Yeah.
Right, but like if I find a
Triad.
card with a triangle on it, I'm like, is this that wizard or was it a flash card? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Was I learning
true.
something?
I'm going to take these notes and report them back to management, and perhaps the next time we have the magical cards distilled, we can then talk about a better design, a more cohesive design.
Yeah, we're just trying to help you to help us.
I
Like,
appreciate
that's-
We're
I will-
honestly just putting a lot of time and energy into this because we're so scared to go to Palisades.
Yep. Not looking forward to going back to Palisades.
Yep.
What?
Mm.
What?
I should get going.
What is that? What does that look? No. What do you know?
Roll me 2d6 was hard.
You son of a ding dong. You said heart. That's 10.
They're a good roller, Betty.
The 10. How do you convince Andreas to tell you what happened?
I get really close to him. I grab him by the I crawl up his body. I grab him by the scruff of the neck
Oh,
and go,
oh my gosh. Oh dear. Here we go.
Andreas long shot.
Oh my.
Tell us what you know,
Conjurer of cheap tricks.
or I don't know, rip your stupid cloak in half.
Oh my gosh, please don't.
Seems
please.
like you like it a lot.
It's part of the order. Please don't. It's very it takes us a lot of money.
It looks handmade.
She's very vicious. You don't want to make her angry when she's like that.
Okay, he puts you down. I will tell you. Listen, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to make things worse than they already are. While you were gone, something took advantage of a chaosium and has destroyed Palisades and all of its inhabitants. There have been no recorded survivors.
Well, that's not right because Barry's here, so there's at least one.
Oh, there's okay.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
True.
How did you know that?
The Triad knows all, D. We keep an eye on the world. I was simply relayed this information to possibly look into it, but it appears the 5 of you are going to go to Palisades at once.
Barry, when you were in Palisades, were the people from the festival still there, or had they already left town?
Oh, I mean, it wasn't that long since the festival wrapped up, so a lot of people were just kind of still staying. And there were some people that left. And headed back to their respective cities or their traveling lifestyle. But
When you were in the Black Fader, do you remember seeing a drow bard?
roll me 2d6 plus skill
Okay.
to see if you can accurately describe.
Oh, I can accurately describe her.
I know, I'm just gonna
I know
see if
her
it's
curves from memory.
Oh my goodness!
Let's see here now. That is going to be an 11. So yeah, a little bit.
How do
So
you
af-
perfectly describe Erlo?
Oh, well, no, I think that I can describe like her exact hairstyle and like what she looked like and like
No longer has her fiddle.
yeah,
her ivory fiddle.
she probably would have mentioned an ivory fiddle. She probably would have said a lot of things about responsibility that she failed at, and
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, Braga. She was staying at the Black Satyr. She was there that night. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Nope.
And Hannah, Hannah, and just see Hannah go, nope, huh. I know it. Barry. No. Don't need to hear what you're going to tell me, Barry. Nothing to know. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit at all, Barry. So are we going? When are we going to get going?
Let's go.
Let's go now.
Baron, can you lend us another one of those little transport scroll things like you took us here with to take us back to Palisade?
You see Baronin search through his desk once again. Rock kind of searching through her person to see if she has anything. I don't know. I don't think my magic can only send 2 people back, but perhaps I can do something better. Perhaps I can give you another mode of transportation.
We'll take it.
You said you had a camel?
His name is Tom. He's not
Tom's
a camel.
parked outside in the animal valet.
He's not parked. He's just hanging out. He's like relaxing. But yeah, we have Tom. Tom is a rat queen. Yes.
Wonderful. I can provide you with another camel, and then I can put an enchantment on them that gives them speed and wings. Would that suffice? It just would be temporary. It'd be enough to get you home, I believe. I don't have enough transfiguration magic to help transport you, but I could transfigure 2 camels, and with enough of my abilities. I'm afraid, yes, I have much work to do here now.
I should be more sad about this, but I'm really excited about these camels who are going to fly for us.
You know what?
I mean, it gets us back home faster.
Can we please
important.
do this thing?
And we need to take joy
No
where
question.
we have it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And Tom will have a friend. We'll get another camel.
Tom will have a friend, and then we'll have another rat queen. So let's just do it.
So you 3 ride on Tom. I'll ride with D on the other one. The other camel.
Hannah.
Rat Queens, can I ask you a question?
Oh, you said that.
Yes.
You've only known me for a little bit of time. At the Palisades festival, where I admitted I was very showy, and here where I did lie to you and manipulated you all, and I apologize. Is Palisades... Sorry, I'm so confused. Is Cascasaria safe with me?
I guess that's up to you.
It's not like there's much left.
I need you to keep my brother safe while we're gone.
I can do that. We will take care of your brother Barry at no expense or cost. You are all free to stay here whenever you like.
I point to Rock, and I go, it's safe with her. So whatever she says, that's what you listen to.
You see Rock step forward as she goes over and kneels next to Barry. Rock looks at the 5 of you. I promise he will be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rat Queens, whatever we find or don't find in Palisades, we're in it together.
We're all we have.
Before you get going, you suddenly, Violet, you feel Barry tug at your waist. Vi. I know I don't say this a lot, and I know Mom and Dad don't say it a lot, but you're the best of us, Vi. You're the best Black Forge there is. Go kick its ass.
All right. All right, I will. Okay, let's go.
As the 5 of you climb aboard Tom, what is the name of your other camel?
Travis.
Tom and Travis, the camels. As Hannah, Violet, and Betty climb aboard Tom, Braga, and Dee, you climb aboard Travis.
And we get our gear and stuff from our
you
hotel
were
rooms
checked
first.
out of
Just
your
making sure
rooms.
not falling into that trap.
Yep, you
Yeah.
got your gear. I'm going to say you even were able to eat a little bit,
Great.
rest up,
Drink a
heal
little.
yourselves a bit so everyone is back up at their regular hit points. As you load up Tom and Travis, seeing Cascasaria behind you, the Iceverfell still standing, the Matagu still glistening in the sun, the Krioka crest. Destruction lies. Not all of it, just a bit. as you see the smiling faces and the laughter of the Cascasarians around you, those visiting, those who inhabit, smiling and laughing from the effects of the crystal, the arcane crystal that protects this town and guards them. As the 5 of you begin to somberly leave, you look around and you see that no one else knows what you have encountered. The horrors you saved them from. The destruction you prevented in Cascasaria. Braga, what would you like to do?
I want to go... I'm assuming someone told me what happened to Auden and Madame Bula, so I would want to go to Auden and kind of like pay my respects and like just quietly apologize for not being able to protect them.
I will say yes, as the 4 other rat queens begin to pack up, before you start to make your way, Braga, you kind of just, 1 second, you go over to the crater and you go over to the pile of rocks where you see Bula and Auden together at last.
I think this is what you wanted, ultimately, and I'm sorry that I wasn't able to see what was happening sooner and protect you before it got as bad as it did. But I'm glad that you're at peace and you're together now.
As you say this, Braga, you feel this slight, just kind of cool wind come across your face.
And I just walk back to the camels.
As the 5 of you climb onto the camels, you begin to make your way out of Cascasaria back into the desert, this time making the direct path towards Palisades, not the mountainous path that you had taken before that had led to Violet's family's summer home cabin, but no, the direct path that leads to Palisades. The 5 of you on camelback, now about halfway through the desert, starting to see the edge of the plains that lead to Palisades ahead of you. Is there anything you're talking about? Anything you're doing?
Dee, I have to tell you something, and I didn't want to say it in front of everybody else because I think it's yours to know before anybody else's. When I spoke to Arius in the other plane, he told me that it was something to do with Narigoth and the mask that allowed him to seep in. And I don't blame you. You did what you had to do. You saved a lot of people that day. But I think it's important that we know that that's connected to the cause, because it means we can maybe find a way to use it to figure out how to undo it. I didn't want to say it in front of Hannah, mostly Hannah, but I just...
Yeah.
I thought you would want to know, and I didn't want to betray your trust by not telling you.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
I know it probably hurts to hear that, but you did save a lot of lives that day.
You know, I kind of just, for months, have been feeling like when I put that mask on, I expected something else. I don't know. I expected this to be some life-changing experience, and it wasn't. And now I find out that it was world-changing in the worst way possible.
You couldn't have known.
I know, I wish I could stop feeling like it was all a burden. Like, it just really, really sucks, you know?
No, I understand completely. It feels like that's the problem. That's what this thing does. It takes people who have intentions that sometimes are good. Auden and Bula wanted to use it to protect their city, and they destroyed it. They almost destroyed it instead. And Sarah Lee was definitely causing chaos, but I think that like you were just trying to save lives. There wasn't an evil thoughts in your body. There wasn't a corrupt or malicious idea. You just wanted to help. I just wanted to help, and it sucked me away and locked me away so that I couldn't. That's how it works.
Chaotic.
It's chaotic evil.
Back on Tom, we see Violet and Betty riding, and on the back is Hannah, who is quickly drinking a satchel full of wine she stole from the Matagu Resort right as you all left.
I hope you're really, really great at fighting when you're drunk, Hannah.
Yep, real good. This is real good, too. You know what? Palisades destroyed. What are we even going to find there? I'm just having a good time until we get there. Road trip.
We're just gonna let this happen, right?
It's better than her being sad. I don't know.
Yeah, or angry. Hey, are you really happy Tom has wings right now?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know that is it because we've seen so much crazy stuff in our last couple of years, but this is not sinking in for me at all. I don't really believe this is happening. It seems too convenient that, like, Braga said that we're so key to this weird prophecy, and then all of a sudden our hometown specifically is destroyed when not everywhere else we've been has survived with the Chaosium. Like, this seems real weird, and I don't know. I think we're gonna see some stuff that might look real, but I don't know what it is. I don't believe it.
I love that, Betty. I hope you're right.
And even if I'm wrong, isn't it better to have hope than to not?
I think so.
As the two camels soar in the air, suddenly a net comes shooting out from the clouds beneath you, right towards Tom, Betty, and Violet. What do you want to do?
I want to steer Tom away from the net to defy danger. Please.
Roll me 2d6. Yep. Plus, I'm going to say, with quick thinking, canny.
Yay.
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wonderful. Tell me how you steer Tom.
As I notice the net coming towards us, I whisper to Tom, Tom, you're great. You can do anything. You're the best camel there is. And I love you and believe in you. Let's go!
As you
and
say
I
that,
pull him to the right as we swerve out of the way.
You quickly swerve out of the way. Braga and Dee, you're suddenly seeing Tom the flying camel being steered out of the way by Betty, when suddenly on the other side of Travis, you see a net coming up out of the clouds beneath you. What do you want to do?
Oh, we didn't decide who was driving. Which one was driving? I guess I'm driving.
You drive, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I kind of try to do the same move I just saw Betty do. Like I try to
Roll me 2d6 plus canny.
Oh no, we should have had you drive.
No, I'm like candy. No.
Same.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, should I? Wait.
Too late.
What's happening? Oh, well, it's good.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's a 7.
So with a 7,
Yeah.
Braga, you are able to kind of get a handle on Travis. Travis is not listening to you clearly as well as Tom has listened to Betty.
You don't have a bond.
Due to their drift compatibility. But as you try to navigate Travis, unfortunately, almost kind of like one of the ball bearings on this net that has shot at you kind of knocks Travis's ankle.
Oh no!
As you see this flying camel kind of and start to kind of create camel air turbulence for the two of you. Dee, you start to slide off. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna grab onto any part of Braga that I can. Try to just brace myself.
Roll me
have lots to
2d6
hold on
plus
to.
canny.
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 plus
hope
canny,
I-
Dee.
I'm gonna
I
help
don't
by
think
I'm grabbing
Yeah.
as
Okay.
well.
Okay,
Wonderful.
great.
Then Braga,
Thank
you roll your bond with
Beautiful.
Dee first.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, that's gonna be a 7.
So 7, you do get a +1.
Okay. Great. And what am I rolling?
Canny. 2d6 plus canny. So you are defying danger. With your quick thinking.
That's a 6.
It's a 6 with your
Wait.
canny.
Yeah.
+1 from Braga, or no?
My candy is 0, so yeah, that's a 6.
Wonderful. And unfortunately, Dee, yes, you have no tokens. There is one reroll. Oh man, we do have one reroll.
Yeah, don't fall off the camel.
We want you to live, Dee.
Okay.
And if anyone wants to give more rerolls, we'll take it. We'll
Or a
take it.
combo to get Dee on the camel.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
That's worse. That's a 4. No, actually, I don't have the bond now, so it's 3.
No, you still have the bond.
Okay, so it's a 4. So
It's a 4.
well, you got lots of XP this episode.
Yeah, yay. Okay.
Suddenly, Hannah, Violet, Betty, you suddenly start to see the figure of Dee falling in the sky off of Travis the camel. As Braga, you no longer feel Dee kind of wrapping around your waist. Suddenly, D is now plummeting towards the ground. D, as you fall out of the sky, you see below you on 2 different horses. You see 4 very familiar-looking sand bandits now trying to trail you as you fly in the sky. As you then just careen towards the ground. Does anyone want to do anything?
I jump off the camel, and I do the kind of skydiving thing where now I try to make myself go faster by falling, because I'm trying to catch her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill, Braga.
You did.
Do I have any tokens?
Braga, you have 1 token.
Not gonna do it. Okay, because that's a that's a 6. Wait, with the 1 token, that's a 7. It's a 7.
All right, with your 1 token, that is a 7. Thank you, tokens.
Thank you, tokens.
So
And
with
if anybody wants to give more tokens.
Yes.
So with a 7, Braga, you are able to jump up. You are able to catch D. It's looking very, very close. Unfortunately, you are able to grab D, but you're almost too close to the ground.
Okay.
As soon as this happens, luckily you're able to grab D and kind of tuck and roll with her, but Braga, you just come careening right into the surface of the sand in the desert and take 7 points of damage.
Was I at full health when this
Yes,
began?
you're at full health.
Cool. That's good to know.
It was their camel behind us.
Yes.
So I want to...
So now you have Travis the camel kind of flying wildly as Hannah's like, what?
I want to jump from Tom to their camel.
Woo!
Wonderful. Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Get
All right, that is 12.
Wow.
Describe to me how you jump up from camel to camel in midair.
So I want to turn around. Hannah's on the back. So I want to turn around. I want to stand on Hannah's shoulder just to give me extra height. And I don't want to warn her. I just want to do it. And then I'm gonna do like a scissor leap in the air, and then land on the camel.
This happens and it's gorgeous and beautiful. At first, you just see in slow motion, Hannah's just like, what? As you see Violet just beautifully scissor leaping from flying camel to flying camel. As now, yes, you are riding on top of Travis. Back on the ground, Braga, your right shoulder has become dislocated from landing, so you're not going to be able to use any weapons in your right arm. Because Braga rolled a mixed success, you are the one who was able to survive without any kind of damage from this situation.
I'd like to heal immediately.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
skill.
I know, because it's a pinch. It's a tight situation.
Okay. What's my skill? I think it's not. What is it? Sorry. Okay. Skills. Okay. Something. Oh my god! I just should not roll anymore today. That's a 4.
D, as you approach Braga and you grab onto her shoulder, trying to heal it in some sense, suddenly the back of your head is clocked by the club of one of the sand bandits, and you take 3 points of damage. As now one of the horses carrying 2 sand bandits kind of starts to skid towards a stop, standing right in front of you as the other horse continues to trail Tom, the camel, with Betty on top. Betty, is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm gonna turn this camel around, and I want to head towards. I want to head towards the closest Marauders, the one who's chasing us, and I want to try to get Tom close enough that I can throw daggers at him.
Wonderful. Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Okay.
Do I have any rerolls? Or
Betty, you just have 2 tokens. There are no rerolls.
Thank you for the tokens. That was skill. That's a 2.
Yeah, it's not gonna do it.
Okay. Betty, you trying to drive Tom real good. You try to throw all of your body weight into getting him to do a very tight turn. Unfortunately, as you throw all of your body weight, you then slide off Tom the camel, and now you're plummeting to the surface of the earth. As Hannah now sits on Tom the camel and goes, Okay, and she just kind of slowly climbs up and is now drunkenly camel driving, and tries to. I'm gonna roll for Hannah. She tries to. She turns Tom. She's able to communicate with Tom and steer Tom a little bit. Unfortunately, Tom is not flying fast enough to get to you, Betty, as you continue to plummet towards the ground.
Can I kick my heels and just like power down with the camel towards her?
Yes. Roll me 2d6 plus canny, Violet, to see if you're able. Actually, 2d6 plus heart to see if you're able to communicate with Travis the camel to try and get him to fly faster.
It's a 12. That's at 13.
Wonderful. Tell me how you are able to communicate with Travis and save Betty.
All right, you little baby boo. Travis, I love you, and I need you to get the fuck down there to Betty. You need to do it right now. I love you.
Violet, you did not know that Travis the camel was into tough love. That is exactly what motivates this here camel. As Travis kind of like camel sorts in agreement and starts to fly down. And yes, Violet, you're now right next to Betty as you're able to extend an arm and grab Betty on top of Travis.
That was super scary. Thank you.
That was terrifying.
Back down on the ground,
Yeah.
Dee and Braga, there is now a white stallion with 2 sand bandits on top of it, one wielding a club, the other wielding a scimitar, now kind of just waiting for you to make the first move. What would you like to do?
Since I can't use this arm right now, and is D, are you knocked out or just hit by that club?
Dee's just kind of like, Dee's got a big lump coming on the back of the head, just a 3.
Okay. I'm gonna take one of my daggers because I have 3 at this point, and I have one of their curved daggers, and I'm gonna the one that hit her with the club. I'm gonna swing around and just try to shove my knife up right up to it.
They're not super close. They're kind of a ways away.
Oh, they throw the club?
Yeah, they rode by on their horse,
knocked
D, and kind of kept going, and now they've kind of skid and parked their horse kind of about 15 feet away from you.
Okay, then instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my loose arm, I'm going to tell D, hold this, and I'm going to pop my arm back into place.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll your help?
Yeah.
You want to roll your bond? Great, roll your bond with Braga.
I mean, I'm a soldier. I know how to do this kind of stuff.
I got a 9.
Yeah.
Great, with a 9 you get a +1,
Great.
Braga.
Okay, so my plus my
oh,
guts
sorry,
plus
that
1.
was a 10 actually.
It was a 10.
Yeah,
Great, you
because
get
my bond is +2.
+2.
Nice.
Braga, yeah.
Plus my guts, right?
Plus your guts.
That's good news.
Oh, I'm giving you your easy one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is guts. I mean, let's be fair. Well, a good thing you did, because that's a 5 plus 2 makes 7 plus my 3, so that's still that's a 10. That's exactly a 10.
Wonderful. With a 10, you still are suffering from your health
Yeah.
loss. You're still at about almost halfway of health points.
Yeah.
But yes, Braga, you're able to, with the help of D, how do you help Braga pop her shoulder back in?
I listen to the girl and I hold her arm, but I'm like, oh god, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I just twist the right way. And I've seen people do it. Yeah.
And Braga, you just pop that shoulder back in, and
Yeah.
you kind of hear, as soon as that crack and that pop happens, the 2 sand bandits on the stallion close to you kind of go like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like, ugh,
And I
that
wanted-
was a bad noise.
Yeah, and I want to do a move that I have. It's one of my powers. It's called What Are You Waiting For? When you cry out a challenge to your enemies, normally it's roll plus Constitution. I don't know what I would roll here.
Say we roll heart.
Hearts, okay. And then if I succeed on a 10 plus, they treat me as the most obvious threat, and I take +2 damage against them moving forward. And then 7 through 9 is only one of them, or the most foolhardy among them. So
Great, roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Okay, so I'm basically roaring now with my axe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to protect D at this point. Okay. So that is that's 8 plus my 1, so that's 9. Do I have any tokens?
Braga, you do not have any tokens.
So it's a 9.
So with a 9, you just kind of coaxed one of
Wait,
them.
plus heart?
Plus heart.
Oh, so I'm 8. No
8.
pluses. Yeah, sorry.
With an 8, yes. You said with a mixed success, you just are able to only coax one of them.
It says I coaxed only a few, the weakest or most foolhardy among them.
Right, you only coaxed one. Unfortunately, what is your cry out to them? What is your challenging call? Braga?
I say, you wanted us down here. Well, now you got me. Come for it.
You suddenly see the one who has just clocked D, the one with the club, going like, yeah! As the sand bandit jumps down and starts charging at you, kind of with his club right behind him, trying to come up and knock you down.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'm swinging at him with my axe.
Great.
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
Yeah.
I'm hiding behind Braga, but also pulling out my scimitar,
Yeah.
like trying to look tough.
You're tough.
Thanks.
Okay. Ooh. So that's
Cool.
a 10 plus 3. That's 13.
Nice.
Boy, with a 13, yeah. How do you?
Well, another one of my abilities
Oh
is that
my
with
goodness.
13, I have a thing. When you get stabby on a 12 plus, deal your damage, and I have extra damage because of that thing I just did. Plus, I choose something physical my opponent has, a weapon, their position, or a limb, and they lose it. So I'm taking that club that he hit D with, and I'm just cutting it. I'm just smashing it with my axe
You're
while I
turning
go
into
through
the
'em.
Travis McElroy of like our fighters with your advanced moves.
I do one thing and I do it well.
Great. Braga, suddenly as this sand bandit comes charging towards you, you almost are like, you have this almost like smile. As you raise your axe in the air and you slam it not only down on their club, but almost in a quick moment, you're able to take it back up and slash this guy right across the chest. Now he has this huge gaping wound just like in his chest, and his weapon is down and he's kind of staggering, and he just kind of staggers and turns towards his buddy and is like, get him! As the other sand bandit suddenly whips the reins of the white stallion he's on and starts charging towards you. We cut back to Violet and Betty, who are now riding on Travis the camel, as they look over and they see a drunk Hannah wildly driving, like just kind of, this is great. Guys, why didn't we get camels earlier? This is awesome. How long does this last?
Tom, take care of her.
Can we see what's happening below?
Yes, you can. You're pretty low to the ground now.
Okay, great. And so we see the other sand bandit going towards Braga.
You see the other sand bandit now taking off on a stallion towards Braga. But Violet, you're actually able to turn around too, and you're able to see the other two sand bandits on their the other white stallion that was trailing you originally is now trying to follow Travis and is readying another net again.
All right. I would like to take my axe and I would like to throw it. They're on a horse.
Yes, they're on a white horse.
I want to throw it in a way that it lands right before the horse gets up to it, so the horse trips. And
Great. So you don't want to kill the horse.
No.
You just want to trip the horse.
I do not want to kill the horse.
Well, you're going to roll me 2d6 plus skill, and we're going to see if you can really skillfully throw this axe and not kill that horse.
Plus skill, you said?
Yes.
6, 7, 8.
Violet, you do have 3 tokens.
Okay, let's use 2 of them.
Great. You have 1. With a 10, tell me how masterfully this axe is thrown.
I see a speck of dirt. I have great eyesight, and I aim for it. I know it's 4 feet in front of the horse, and as the horse puts one hoof down and the next, the third one, all of a sudden there's an axe there, and then the horse just falls over the axe.
You, Violet, being a lover not only of unicorns but of all equine creatures, you are able to know how to trip this horse up without causing it to break its ankles or causing any kind of damage to the horse. You simply were just knocking the horse off its feet. You rolled it. You made this a 10, so this horse will not be hurt. The horse will be okay.
Thank you.
As this horse suddenly, this white stallion's just as it falls backwards, its legs now splaying and kicking. As the 2 sand bandits that were now riding it have now been crushed and trapped. They're now their legs are trapped beneath the horse as they try to pull up. You have now stunned them for the moment. Hannah's still flying wildly in the sky on Tom. Dee, what would you like to do? This white stallion and this other sand bandit are coming right towards you.
So,
This is the one with a scimitar.
oh, okay. There's still. So that was the other one.
That was the other one. There's 2 on the white. There was 2 horses. There's 4 guys, 2 horses to begin with.
Are they both on the ground then? Both of the horses and their riders?
Their horse and those 2 riders are now crushed on their side.
Okay.
You've got one injured guy with a really nasty chest gash.
Who's on the ground.
Who's on
He's the one who hit you.
Yeah.
And then there is another rider who is currently on a horse now charging at you.
Okay. I would like to take one of my books and try to hit the rider in the face. to disorient him.
Love it.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
And it's a book that I don't like anymore.
What is the name of this book you don't like anymore?
The Chalice Waits. Why? How would a chalice wait?
Is it a romance? Is it a very bad romance
It's
novel?
a terrible romance novel about enchanted objects, and it's so dumb. It's like a chalice waiting for its love. Oh, what? Horrible.
I heard it's really whiny.
It's very whiny. The chalice also whines. That's what it should be called. The chalice whines. And it's filled with wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the
What did I roll with? I
Skill.
forgot. Skill. Then that's it's 12.
Wonderful with a 12. Yes, Dee, tell me how
Yes.
you successfully.
I've been
Rose
waiting
book.
to get rid of this book, and it's very hardcover, and I'm like, I never want to see you again, but please do some good work. And I fling it, and it just hits the rider squarely in the chest, in the forehead, and just like knocks him off balance.
You see, suddenly
Hopefully
you see
off the
this.
horse.
You see this sand. Yeah, you see the book almost go just perfectly right into the third eye of this sand bandit, who then is just knocked ping prone and just slops off the side of the horse. This now white stallion just kind of running through the desert now as it's free. So you've got one sand bandit incapacitated by a book. You've got another guy clutching his chest, still kind of making his way towards you. Hannah's still flying. Actually, you know what Hannah drunkenly looks down and is like, I want to have some fun. As she readies a fireball in her hand
Oh no.
and rolls a 6.
Oh, no.
And as she
Oh,
shoots
Hannah.
a fireball, who does it go towards? Betty.
No.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
Hannah's just kind of like,
No, thank you. Can I defy danger?
yes, as you see this fireball from Hannah start to fly towards you.
Hannah,
Betty.
no! What did I say?
Roll me 2d6, yes, plus Canny.
Oh,
good.
6, 7, 8, and I have 2 tokens.
Yes, you do.
I will take them. That'll be 10.
Wonderful with the 10. Yes, Betty, you're able to kind of like. How do you dodge out of the way?
How far are we off the ground right now?
You're about a good 20 feet off the ground.
Okay, I'll stay on the camel. I jump from one hump to the other hump and just kind of hide behind it while the fireball goes past me.
Yes, this fireball just boom zooms past you and just kind of lands as like a very hot crater, creating glass as it hits the sand on the ground, close to where the other two sand bandits crushed underneath the other horse are currently.
Hannah,
And
no
unfortunately-
projectiles, please,
Yes.
when you're drunk.
Stop it, Hannah.
What?
We talked about this.
You want more?
No, that's the opposite of what we want.
Okay, why? You're no fun. You're no fun. I'm gonna bring this camel down as you start to see Hannah trying to like manipulate
Oh,
Tom
no.
to get back to the ground. Braga and D, is there anything else you'd like to do? You've got
Yeah.
one cut up dude.
I'm gonna pick up Violet's axe that she threw down, and with it and my axe, I'm just gonna like thump the guy that's in front of me who like attacked D.
Her axe is a little bit of ways
Okay,
away.
then
It's
I'm
kind of
just gonna
behind you, yeah.
bring my axe down on him again.
Great, roll
I
me-
thought that would look cool, but yeah.
It would look cool, but it's a little.
Yeah, but
there's a
physics
little bit of a
exist, you're right.
distance. Roll me 2d6 plus guts. Guts.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, so that's a 12 plus my 3, so that's a 15.
highest roll.
Please tell me how you decapitate this guy.
like just not like well, because I'm not doing that thing anymore. I'm just actually just like coming down with my axe on him. So
Ooh,
yeah,
so you're
it's just I'm just burying it right into him. He attacked my friend. He takes
like
it
right down here.
right down. Yeah, there's 2 of them now.
You
And
said
these are the same ones that attacked us, and we let them go, right? So
they're from the same group.
okay,
Yeah.
So I'm real mad at them because like they had a chance not to mess with the rat queens, and they failed at that. And there's a lot of emotions in the air today, and they picked the wrong time to mess with these ladies.
Agreed. As suddenly as you just kind of take all that fury and that emotion, and you just cleave this guy right in the middle, right in half, as you start to see like the left side of him kind of like sloop down a little bit.
Yeah.
As he kind of falls to his knees and on the ground. Meanwhile, Braga and D, you're able to turn around. You're able to see where Violet's axe landed. As you hear the foom as a fireball flies behind you, you turn around, you see it crater into the ground, creating this kind of glass in the sand near where you see a horse that is kind of tipped over, trying to get itself back up, and 2 individuals crushed underneath that horse. Do you want to do anything?
You want to take one of those, D?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So yeah, we walk up So we each pick
like
one, I guess.
Real badass looking.
Yeah.
This real badass walk up.
Yeah.
I think I just boot stomp one of them down. I'm not trying to kill him now. I'm trying to knock him out. This one has not attacked my friend specifically, so I'm just trying to knock him down, like stomp on his head.
Great. Roll me 2d6 plus guts.
All right. Oh no. Okay, so that is actually going to be a 10, because it's 7 plus 3.
Wonderful. With the 10, yes, Braga, you're able to successfully kind of boot stomp knock out this. Was it the one on the right or the left?
I'll say the one on the right.
Great. The
my
one
right
on the
arm.
left, yeah. Symbolism. The one on the left remains for you, Dee. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna I want to make him feel bad.
Yes.
So I walk over to him and I say, you know what? We were minding our own business. We actually saved the world. Like, we've saved the world so many times. You have no idea, you little stupid sand bandit. You should feel ashamed for trying to take us and take us down and loot us. Okay? You should never ever do this again.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
That's a 8. No, wait, sorry, that's 10. 8 plus 2, 10.
Wonderful. With a 10. So that's exactly what you say.
Yeah.
And you start to see, like, the shoulders on this remaining bandit start to shudder as he's just witnessed his good friend get knocked out.
Yeah.
He starts. I'm sorry, we just saw 2 flying camels, and we were like, that must be worth a lot of money. we didn't know what was going on with your personal life, perhaps. We didn't think about what other people were going through. We just saw, look, we're bandits. We're supposed to just, I just joined. I'm very new here.
You can do something different then. Be better. Do it better.
What can
Find
I do?
a new line of work.
Like what?
Go to Cascasaria and be a security guard. They need them.
There you go. Yeah.
Is it gonna pay well?
You know
Gonna
what?
pay
You
better
can
than this.
just do something else, all right? Because we'll pay you. If you want us to pay you, we'll pay you. We'll pay you like we paid your friends.
Can you at least help me? Can you at least help me up off of this horse? I'll go get a job.
Fine. And I kind of help pull him out from
You
him.
help pull him out from the horse, and you see him quickly kind of whistle for the other white stallion to come over. He's just like, I promise I'm gonna head. You see him start to take off kind of the sand bandit hat and mask gear as you see this really young looking guy as he's just like, I don't know, I never thought I'd go security. Oh.
What's your name?
Clyde. Spelled K-L-Y.
I don't need to know how it's spelled, okay, Clyde?
Is your friend's name Dale? Is it Clyde and Dale?
No, but people ask that when we're at the horses.
I kind of pick up the unconscious guy that I boot stomped, and I kind of lay him across the back of the horse that he's riding on. And I'm like, take your friend.
Yeah, and the other friend, too. There's another one somewhere.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was knocked out by books, the alternate weapon.
You see him kind of look over and see that there's 2 more bodies on the ground. One is kind of blood is seeping into the sand, and he sees just beyond that kind of an incapacitated, the other incapacitated body of his friend. I'll go to Cascasaria, but the boss is gonna find us.
The boss?
Well, the head runner of the sand bandits.
Where might we find that person?
Oh, he kind of travels around with his first lieutenant. She's real mean. I'm just a new recruit, so I haven't gotten to really meet them face to face, or I don't know too much of their secrets. But they just kind of travel around, finding the people in the desert headed to Cascasaria that they can loot before they go there to spend all their money.
I think we've met them before. We have a message for them when they find you. Tell them they need to stop touching the rat queens, or we'll find them again.
Rat queens. Oh!
Yeah, Clyde. You fucked up.
Yeah, done.
All right, okay, guys, let's go. As you see Clyde climb on top of the horse as he rides over, and in the distance you see him kind of trying really hard to lift the body of his friend. It just kind of doesn't have a ton of upper body strength, Clyde. As he just kind of tries to throw him onto the horse, and the horse kind of like... in the air above, Hannah is now flying wildly and is kind of almost barely hanging off of Tom now. Violet and Betty, would you like to do anything to help?
We got to get closer so we can
Yeah.
jump on. And
I'll go jump on a Tom. This is out of control. Hannah needs to lay off the wine. I'd like to fly up close enough to Tom and try to jump over there and take over the reins.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill, Betty.
How did I do that twice?
do we have rerolls?
There is one reroll.
Oh.
I gotta take it. That was,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
you got
yeah.
to. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, come on. Come on, dice.
Right, we're taking that reroll.
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, reroll.
That's an 8 instead.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Plus anything?
Nope. Skill is 0.
Oh, I thought your skill was your good
With
one.
an 8, Betty, you are able to jump successfully onto Tom, but unfortunately, as you jump successfully onto Tom, kind of as you land on Tom, unfortunately, that shakes Hannah right off. As now Hannah is now plummeting towards the ground. Dee and Braga, you look up and you just see the form of Hannah. Whee!
Whoa.
My
Do you know
bad.
how to make her fall slower? And I run to catch her while I say that.
I can try.
Violet, is there anything you want to do on Travis?
Yeah, I want to try my I just want to try my kicky do thing again and get him down.
Your Kiki do?
Yeah, I just want to encourage Travis to get down there with some tough love.
Roll me 2d6 plus heart, since you're going to be connecting with Travis once again.
That is a 9.
You do have one token,
All
Violet.
right, that's a 10.
Woo.
Wonderful.
Thank you, token.
Please provide me with the follow-up tough love speech to Travis.
Look, I know this seems less urgent because she did this to herself, but I need you to get down there. I love you so much, and I just need you to get down there and take care of Hannah. Do it, Travis. Get down there right now, Travis.
You suddenly feel your heartbeat and Travis's heartbeat almost like sync up as you have fully connected to Travis the camel. As he kind of like, with a camel like furiosity, he just starts to fly right down and just perfectly like boom, soars beneath Hannah, and you're able to grab her back on.
I'm on the ground like, oh, okay.
Yes, and then you see like Braga, and then you
Alright.
see this camel just boom, just airplane, like just boom, fly overhead.
That's probably for the best. That would have hurt really bad when she landed on me.
Yeah. I don't have that kind of power. I was going to try, but
That's fine.
Might
And-
not have worked.
And then
think she has
can I
it.
just go in for a landing to get near them?
I will say yes, because that was successful. I will say the two of you, since you're now successfully both riding Tom and Travis, you're able to land, yes, back on the desert sands next to Braga and Dee.
Oh,
We should have looted those bandits.
Yeah.
Just realized. Just
might
to,
have had
really show them something.
I checked the body of the one that I killed to see if he has any sort of like potions or anything.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
Yeah.
See if
So
Hey,
you,
Violet, your axe is over there if you need that.
Oh, thanks.
well, so you just let him go? We're done
Yeah,
we're done with that now?
we gave him a good talking to. Set him
Yeah.
straight.
Okay.
You know?
All right, so that's actually going to be, that's actually 12.
that is a 12. So yes, you are able to. You are able to find because the one you attacked you with had a club. I will say you are able to find a satchel of like 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
And 2 vials of poison.
Whoa.
Poison that you can soak a weapon with, poison that you can put in a drink. 2 vials of liquid poison.
I look at them and I'm like, all right, here.
Woo! Yay!
Both or just one?
Yeah, I gave her both. I'm not going to use either one of them. Do you want one of them?
Sure. I guess so.
There you go.
Thanks.
Might as well divide and conquer.
Fair.
I put it in the bag with my mushrooms.
Hey, Dee, now that things aren't so tense, you think you could try that good healing again?
Yeah. I'd like to do my advanced move again.
Wonderful. Roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 11.
Hey!
Wonderful. And then roll me 2d6.
Okay. That is 7 plus 4 is 11.
Yes.
Wait, did I write? Yes. Math is
Tell
good.
me how you masterfully heal Braga.
Okay, well, now that the pressure is off of having sand bandits barreling at us, I just gently, without hurting her more, lay my hands on her other shoulder, and I do a very brief incantation, and it works.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Am I back to full health now?
Better?
Yes, you are.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm fine. Just,
All right, let's get to Palisades.
Is there a way to magically sober her up?
There is a get sober roll that I can make Hannah do as me. Wonderful. So this is the get sober roll.
does she need help?
Yeah. yeah.
To overcome hangovers, drug, or drink induced. Learned some kind of valuable lesson. Roll plus heart to recover. On a 10 plus, you're completely sober. On a 7 to 9, the hangover is not treating you well, and you have a -1 on the next 5 rolls, Hannah. And a fail, you are still toasted.
Oh, yeah, that
And I
was
get
me
to
last
decide
time.
your fate.
Yeah. That was the best.
Would you like to help Hannah
I'll help
sober?
by
Yeah.
Roll a 2d6 plus your bond with Hannah, D.
Some more of that tough love, just like Travis and Violet.
Yeah, but he liked it. Travis liked it, to be clear.
I think Hannah likes it too.
I think she does.
Oh.
Oh, man, I wanted it to work. That's a 5. That's 6.
Wonderful. Hannah takes a -1 on
no.
this roll.
Wait, what is it plus your heart?
Is it plus heart?
Plus your bond with Hannah.
Bond, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Tried.
Slapped her -1 damage.
Ooh, plus Hannah's heart. Ooh, yep.
That just made the alcohol go through her.
Yeah, you
More.
just now you've made Hannah mad.
Oh, no.
And now she's drunk and mad. As Hannah starts to charge up to you and starts to throw a fist at you, D.
I just put my shield up.
No.
Hey! What did I say? What did I say back in Cascasaria? This is done. We're not doing this anymore. We're all we have.
Well, you know the usual thing we do when she gets like this, right? Just, here, come on. I get some rope out of my bag. I tie her to the neck of the camel.
I can sit on the camel. I can promise I sit on
No,
the
you're
camel.
not gonna do it. You're gonna change your mind in like 5 minutes.
Promise to sit on the camel.
This is like the second time this month. You gotta chill out.
So now you've tied Hannah to the front of Tom.
She's like the masthead of the camel.
That's a roll for it.
No, I'm just gonna say that happens.
Oh man, she's gonna throw up all over that camel.
Oh, poor Tom. She's on the front, right?
Yeah, but
she's like
she's
tied-
like
facing whoever's driving the camel.
Yeah, I can face her mouth out.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
like switcher.
As Betty and Violet, you climb back on top of Tom, now with Hannah tied to the bow of the camel. As Braga and Dee, you climb back aboard Travis and begin to take off towards Palisades.
Oh, Travis, sweet Travis. Give him a little rub.
He appreciates that.
He's been yelled at a lot lately.
Yeah.
He liked it.
He likes it rough.
The 5 of you, feeling slightly more giddy, more distracted from a fight, crest over the woods and the walls of the Palisades. The sight before you is indescribable. As you land, both Tom and Travis, on the ground, and as soon as they touch the ground of Palisades, their wings, kind of these magical enchanted wings, kind of just magically melt away. As you stand at the gates of Palisades, the crumbling, decrepit gate walls are completely open, as you can still smell the fresh char from the burning buildings and streets and stalls of the city.
This just can't be real.
You walk and you find this huge crater in the middle of the center of the city. And inside of it is a cracked chaosium.
How is this real?
They did it twice here? Who did this?
Who did this?
Those kids in the tent that disappeared when we were pulled out. Remember what they said, that the followers of Arius become Chaosiums.
Oh my gosh.
The twins. We left them here and we let this happen.
Oh, Bilberbakken.
Violet, you look over and you see a very familiar pear stall. Charred.
No. 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 Hope to God she got out.
Betty, you look over and you see where once stood the familiar alleyway where druggy Dennis would once cater to your drug needs, now is a pile of rubble.
This can't be happening.
Can't be happening.
Braga, you see the remains of the Black Satyr, only knowing the horrors that lie within. And Dee, you and Hannah have separated somewhat from the group due to Hannah's demands. As the three of you look over and you see Hannah with Dee quickly rushing towards where the Rat Queen's home once stood. Hannah and Dee, as you approach the quaint two-story home with the training grounds and large tree out front, is all but ash. As Hannah suddenly just runs, Hannah bolts away from you, Dee, and runs towards the remains of this home, and starts with her bare hands, starts clawing through the ash.
I run behind her to catch up.
Dad? Dad! I know you got out of here. I know you used your magic to summon a... Dad, where are you? Dad, where are you? Dad, no. Dee.
I just wrap my arms around her.
You see Hannah just unleash this rage as she starts to just weep and scream.
Well, we all run over to Hannah.
Who did this?
We'll find them. We will find them.
And then we'll kill him.
How do we fix it?
There's gotta be something. There's gotta be someone here.
There will be justice. There will be justice for this, Hannah.
He said he was going to protect the town. And he couldn't because we weren't here to protect it.
Don't do this. Don't blame yourself. We did not create this evil, but we will kill it. We will kill it.
Okay. And suddenly, you hear a very familiar voice call out to you. And staggering, kind of with a bit of a limp, and his armor slightly damaged, you see the figure of Sawyer Silver, protector of Palisades, staggering towards you. As he looks at Hannah. Oh, Bilford Buggin, how the fuck are you alive? As he kind of stumbled towards her and kind of falls onto the clump of you now that are now surrounding Hannah.
Is it just you, Sawyer? Are you the only other survivor besides Barry?
There's a few more.
Okay.
What happened? I don't know. I was doing my routine walk with the guards. I mean, Barry was in town because we called him in because we needed to...
What?
Well, we needed to find you. We had to find the Rat Queens to bring you into interrogation, but I guess that doesn't matter now.
Why doesn't it matter? Because you believe us?
There's no one left to interrogate you. But I'm not supposed to just... Someone knew you were coming back, and I'm supposed to bring you to them.
What?
Who? Why?
They said they know how you can fix this.
Are they the ones who did it?
No. But she says she's a friend.
Are you going to tell us who it is?
Well, come with me.
Yeah, whatever. We need to, let's do it. Let's go.
As
If
you
there's a
just-
chance we can fix this, we have to try.
Just see this kind of shaking Hannah, just like unattuned to anything else that is happening anymore. As Sawyer staggers and leads you to a small lean-to on the outside of town. Presumably what used to be an old farmhouse that was caught in some of the Palisades' destruction now has been slightly rebuilt to house those inside. As the 5 of you enter, Sawyer leading the way, you see a petite figure sitting at a table, smiling. In her hand, she holds a staff. And on a perch right next to her, you see her petting a stuffed owl. It is Elra, the fortune teller.
Elra. Hey, remember me? Remember me? Let me pet your owl.
Oh.
You're still here? You're still here?
I am, and you encountered the Golden One.
How do you know all this? He's super dead. Not our fault, technically. But how do you know about all of this?
There is something I have been keeping from you all. It was not out of malice. It was simply out of duty. I am not supposed to interfere with the lives of mortals unless dire circumstances come to pass.
They have.
Yeah.
Yes, I see that now. What is happening with Arius? What has begun is something we can no longer control. Dee, I believe you are acquainted with a friend of mine, Narigoth.
You're like friends with Narigoth?
In a way. As you see her tap her staff onto the ground, and suddenly Snowy's eyes go gold, and his kind of petrified owl form turns a bright and shimmering gold as a sundial appears on the edge of Elra's staff. She stands there now, kind of shrouded in a golden shroud, and stands before you. Forgive me. My name is Krona, goddess of time. I've been expecting you, rat queens. You look confused. What is wrong, Betty?
You were just a god the whole time, and you let this happen, and can we fix? Oh, time god doesn't mean any. Can we?
Unfortunately, as powerful as many perceive us, Lady Love, Narigoth, Krona, the goddess of time, we are nothing compared to the titanous forms of those that came before. All we can do is offer aid to those who want to stop it. I could not see this coming. The Chaosium blocked me. But I knew that you would be here. And I know of a way that you can stop this. If you are willing.
We are.
Whatever it takes.
Funny you should say that. It will take a great deal. A great deal of time. As you see her put her staff down, and she kind of she taps on the ground and swoops it in a nice big circle, you suddenly see a dial appear in a circle around your feet. But Dee, as you stand in this circle, for some reason, almost this purple tentacle this magical tentacle starts to appear and almost starts to pull your arm out of the circle.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Dee. You see, you have made a pact with Nerigoth.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. That pact will bind you here for some time. Perhaps there is a negotiation I can make with him to bring you to your friends, but for now you cannot join them on this part of their quest.
We need her.
There is no way I can send her. Nerigoth has made a promise with her in the present. I cannot send you back to the past with her locked into the present.
It's okay.
It's your choice.
Yeah, I gotta go find this lost king.
And we'll try to make it so you never have to.
Yeah.
That's how time works, right? I think there are a couple of conflicting
Kind
theories.
of. It's a little bit wibbly wobbly, timey.
Figured as much. I'm not going to say I'm the intellectual of the group, but
I think that might be her.
Don't worry, Dee. You and I will sit and talk, and I will help prepare you for what is to come. You will now be a messenger of all the gods, not just Nerigoth. Perhaps that conflicts with your beliefs.
No. It's fine. I think I can make that work. It actually sounds kind of cool.
Hey, D, I'm going to give you something. And I had that sapphire dagger that I got from that little guy, the lawman guy. And I give it to you, and I go, this is because I'm going to give it... we're going to come back, and we're going to see each other again. And you have this knife because you know we're coming back for you.
Okay.
Or you can use it to stab anybody who's being bad.
That too.
Or if this lady is crazy, you can kill her too, it's fine.
Okay, but maybe not while we're still doing
I
whatever.
don't know how many of this
I'm
works.
gonna lock you in time or something.
yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Yes, Dee.
We'll see each other
moment,
again.
Yeah.
please. As the four of you stand in the beautiful golden dial on the ground, Dee, you are pulled aside by Krona. And your baggage is triggered. Is there anything you want to say to her?
You know what? Just all you gods are all alike. Like you what the hell? I don't want to be separated from my queens. What, just because you show up after our entire town is demolished and our friend's dad is probably dead, I'm supposed to just now become a messenger to you guys? You know what? No, I don't want to be a messenger to the gods. And I don't want to kill the Lost King or whoever that is. I'm so sick of you gods ordering me around. I didn't ask for this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you were put into this position. I'm sorry you were part of this story. You are a crucial part.
Yeah, it's all my fault. That's what she's saying. It's all my fault. I put the mask on and I made it possible for Arius to return to his Chaosium skull.
Nothing about this is your fault.
No, but it is.
No.
It really is, Violet. And I know you're trying to be nice and make me feel better, but it's totally my fault. Braga told me. Arios said it. It's true. I should just not do magic anymore. And I just storm off.
No, we were all put in this... That's not what I said.
Oh dear. I cannot see your friend. But have patience. I believe Dee will come around. And once the present, once heard, I will go talk to Nerigoth myself and see if I cannot put a hold on her contract so she can travel and meet you all back. You'll be very surprised, I must say. This Chaosium that was used here was not recent. It has existed within the city for some time. It was bartered and traded for under the guise of the first attack on Palisades, when Nerigoth first made his presence known here. Back when all the other groups were killed. Back when the agents were hired. Back when the trolls stormed the gates. Back when, Braga, you were with the Peaches.
No, please, don't make me.
I'm sorry, this is the only way we can... It is the only way we can fix this. You must go back. And you will see yourselves in this time, but you cannot interact with them.
Aw.
For if you interact with yourselves during that time, it will ultimately impact what has happened now. You will create diverges in the universe. Paths that we can no longer see. Paths that I cannot control. You have a question, Betty. You look very confused.
Because if we go back, if it's us anyway, and we talk to ourselves, wouldn't we just know, what, or wouldn't it be? I don't think it'd be bad. I just think it'd be different. So I think it'd be fine, actually.
But you're saying don't.
Yeah, but I also feel like she doesn't know. So maybe if we
I mean, she is the goddess of time.
she just said she doesn't know.
I do know.
Okay.
If you do talk to yourself, not only will you be immediately sent back here and unable to return and fulfill your mission, but also your past self, who would then be your present self, will be consumed with horrific, unknowable knowledge. The knowledge of your future and its events to come could fracture the Rat Queens entirely in your future as well. While fate is constant, our choices determine how we get there.
I just thought it'd be fun if there was two.
Heard that before.
I'm gonna really take what you've said seriously.
Wait,
And I think we all should.
Repeat what you just said.
Verbatim. I need it verbatim.
Fate is constant, and free will is just how we get there.
Okay.
You've heard that before, haven't you,
I have
Braga?
heard that before.
You've talked with Arius.
Yes.
Suddenly, Braga, on your hand, this symbol appears. You don't notice it. Only Krona notices it.
Okay.
Everything is as it should be. Yes, we are dealing with something. Fate has already predicted what is to come. Free will determine how you get there. Your fates are sealed. The fates of others are sealed. Arius wants you to believe that you are causing this. You are not. Please never doubt yourselves, Rat Queens. You truly are the saviors of not only Palisades, but of the entire plane as we know it. You will be the saviors of the new gods, the saviors of all. But please, I know this is a burden of unforeseeable consequences. However, you have the chance to save those here that were lost, to fix and make undone what has already happened.
Can I get personal?
Sure, roll me 2d6 plus heart.
Oh no. That's gonna be just a 6. Do I have any tokens?
Braga, you have 0 tokens, Braga, but there are 2 rerolls.
I'll do a reroll because that's right now it's a fail. So. Ooh, that's it. That's gonna be a 9. So I'll keep that.
With a 9, you can ask Krona one question.
Is this person bullshitting me?
No.
Okay.
They have your best interest in heart.
Okay.
I will say this. You can completely trust Krona.
Okay.
It's
hard to believe in this game, so I have to ask.
I get it. I will give you that.
All right. Well, we wanted a way to fix this, and I feel like this cool time lady is gonna give us a way to do that. So
You were right, Betty, when we were on the way here, and you said you didn't believe it, that you had hope. This is it.
It wasn't technically right because apparently this bad stuff did happen, but there is a way to fix it, and that's
If it can be
pretty
undone.
great.
If it can be changed somehow.
It can be undone.
This little smidgen. She had hope all the way here.
There's one thing I know is that fate says we have to arrive at a certain destination. And if there's one thing I know about the Rat Queens, is that we never do what we're told to do.
All right.
Hannah stumbles forward.
You promise? You promise that if we do this, everything will be fixed and nothing will change. Nothing will change.
As Krona just stands there. Yes, my child. Your father will be here once again. As will Winnie. As will Danny. As will Aralel. As will everyone who perished in the destruction of Palisades. This city is not just targeted for any reason. Rat Queens, please know that destiny has its eyes on you, and you have been chosen for no other reason that I'm saying way too much. If I say too much, it will... I must stop. Are you prepared, Rat Queens?
As prepared as we will be. I mean, our places are destroyed. We have no more gear to get, so...
Let's do this.
Find the Chaosium. Once you have retrieved it, then my magic will bring you back. And only during then. However, if you do manage to interact with your past selves, I cannot help you there. And due to time itself, you will be sent back here regardless. So please, be wary, be careful. Do not change your past, as your future will be affected.
I don't know how to disguise myself. I'm pretty big and distinct.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Good costume or something.
You know what to do. You're the Rat Queens, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
As Krona taps her staff onto the ground, and suddenly you see the golden sundial beneath your feet start to spin and spin and spin. As the four of you were standing in this makeshift cabin, it starts to twirl and spin, and around you, almost things start to move. Time starts to act differently as you begin to travel back. Travel so far back that you suddenly find yourselves outside of a building. It's a bright, beautiful, sunny day in Palisades. You are all wearing what you were currently wearing when you traveled back. You find yourselves standing outside of the Palisades City Hall. And from what you can hear inside, there are rumblings, and a huge meeting is being held. Would anyone like to listen in?
Yes.
Roll me 2d6 plus skill.
All right, that is a 12.
Wonderful. With a 12, Violet, you put your ear against the window, and you hear this.
I knew it!
These are the qualities Palisade was once known for. Well, now we're a joke. Further, our streets are dangerous. We, as a unified community, must band together and eliminate this concern.
Oh, guys, I remember this part. Go. I try to pull everyone back behind the building.
I follow Betty.
You suddenly hear the clamoring of voices inside, when suddenly you hear a crash as you see a body suddenly go flying through a window. And as the four of you, Hannah, Violet, Betty, and Braga, peek around the corner, you see Betty, Hannah, Dee, and Violet having just sent a man through a window of the Palisades City Council as a number of individuals lie in the streets in their wake. You have gone back to the beginning, my Rat Queens, and what will happen? We cut back to Dee, where are you, Dee, actually?
I wandered around the rubble and sat in the spot where the bookshop used to be.
As you sit in the spot where the bookshop used to be, you see Krona, who is now reverted back to Elra, walk up to you. Dee, you must know that none of this is your fault. You putting on the priestess mask saved Palisades. Please do not forget that. And while it did unleash something in this timeline, know that in another timeline you have become, well, the agent of Narigoth itself. You see, in that time, there are many different things that have happened. There are times across all of this where Hannah's father survived the Mage University. There are instances, branches in time where Hannah's father perished in the revolt, and Hannah left you all and then became something, not a rat queen anymore. Dee, there are many branches in time. This one is different, though. Please do not take it upon yourself.
So, is there one where I never know who Narigoth is?
There is. But you also don't know who the Rat Queens are either. It is your upbringing, Dee. It is your travels. It is your life that brings you to them. Narigoth and all.
You know what? I'll do it. I'll fulfill my contract with Narigoth. Like you said, fate. Or whatever. Fate. What was it?
Fate is laid out before us. Free will is simply how we get there.
Yeah, so I guess in this timeline, my fate is to just be at the whim of Narigoth, no matter what I actually want.
You see Elra approach you and get up very close. No, Dee. Dee, you are the one that will save us all. That is who you are in this timeline. I have given that to you as a gift. Please know that. I cannot bestow spell you anymore. But come with me. You are needed back in the Palisades of past as well. I must ask Narigoth to put a hold on your contract for the moment, so you may meet up with your fellow queens. Because they're going to need you, Dee. They always do. Without you, there are no rat queens. Dee, as you follow Elra back into her makeshift cabin, we cut back for an instant to the Palisades of the past as Hannah, Violet, Betty, and Braga look on their past selves.
We're so cool.
My hair is super nice right now.
It really is. What'd you say?
I don't know where I am right now. Probably out in the woods somewhere with
And
the other
suddenly, from behind you, a voice calls out, "Now what kind of trouble have you made for me today, Rat Queens?" As you turn around and see Sawyer Silver ready to arrest you. And that is where we will end today's episode. So yes, we are traveling back to the past to find a chaosium that has existed in the past. So if you have read the volume 1 of the Rat Queens, you are in a very good place. If you have not, I highly recommend picking it up. It'll be fun to see if you're able to dodge what happens in the book and encounter your past selves. It will be very, very fun. Was I inspired by Endgame to do this? Who knows? Who knows? But thank you all so much for joining us. I think right after we thank everyone, I believe we're going to stick around and we're going to do a little level up moment. I have the chat open right here, so if you'd like to ask us some questions, feel free to do so. I will try to keep track of them. Or perhaps... No, yeah, I'll just keep track of them. I've got that. So let's go ahead and thank everyone who helped make tonight possible. Thank you all so much. Zauron23.
Zauron23.
Giant Replacement Baby.
Giant Replacement Baby.
Mexican Robin.
Mexican Robin.
Peak One. Metsu's Phantom.
Metsu's Phantom.
Dashing CN.
Dashing CN.
Super Mega Ultra Hyperforce.
Super Mega Ultra Hyperforce.
J Pistol.
J Pistol.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
A Weeks 007.
A Weeks 007.
Uberbaldi.
Uberbaldi.
Zauron23.
Zauron23.
Jabberwocky.
Jabberwocky.
Super Mega Ultra Hyperforce.
Super Mega Ultra Hyperforce.
Super Mega Ultra Hyperforce.
Super Mega Ultra Hyperforce.
Savage Punch.
Savage Punch.
And Starry Night Gloves.
Starry Night Gloves.
Hello. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for joining us. Get ready. So that was the end of Chapter 2. We are beginning Chapter 3. I believe there are essentially 6 chapters in this story, 6 to 7, depending on how we get there. So thank you all so much for joining us on this journey. This is going to be a very fun arc. You will all have a lot of ways to interact with this story. And yes, there are costs if you do end up interacting with your past selves.
Nice.
So that will be a very fun and terrifying to play with. So,
I always wish in flashbacks or in time travel you could hang out with your past self, because I think that interaction would be freaking awesome, but weird for roleplay because you're talking to yourself.
I mean, Emily roleplay. Like, can I? Before we get into that, I want to say how amazing it is to watch you switch between like Hannah and Krona and flip emotions. Like Hannah's like having a breakdown, and then Krona's like all stoic, and then Hannah's back to being. It's amazing to watch it happen.
Yeah.
Like it's so
It
good.
is.
Thank you.
Yeah, so great.
Thank you so
That's
much.
our
Yes.
GM.
Oh, thank you. And we did miss Jess tonight. Unfortunately, Jess was not able to be here. And
Miss you,
yes,
Jess.
Aliza, you unfortunately are not going to be here for the next few weeks, correct? And we will miss you dearly. But when she comes back, there will be things that Krona and Dee have worked out together.
Yeah.
The Crota and D adventure.
Exactly.
Fun.
The mini-series that comes out.
Can't wait.
Love it.
It'll be
Love it. So yes, let's go around and start leveling up, and I'll look for a question.
Yay.
Fun.
Super fun.
I can go first. I'm pretty ready. I'm gonna do another advanced move, so I'm gonna do cautious. So it says when I use Trap Expert, I always get a +1 hold, so I can pick from one of the questions, even if I fail.
So you're gonna, cool.
Yeah, so that's cautious for my advanced move.
Wonderful.
And then we get to pick one more on our...
Yes, you get to level up one of your skills, Guts, Heart
Nicely
Skill, or Canny. I will say, as Realms of the Apocalypse does dictate, you can only max out 3 at a skill. So once you hit 3, that is the max you can reach.
3 is a max.
3 is the max.
I really want to become like even level Betty, because right now I have 0 guts, 1 heart, 0 skill, and 2 canny. And last time I added 1 to skill to make it not a negative. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do another 1 to skill, so I'm not screwing up doing hard things.
Wonderful.
That was making me sad.
A 1 to skill for Betty. And in the meantime, I will answer this question from Cole Drake. Actually from Quasi79FU. Q&A, can I ask if Hannah also has the mark on her hand when they fled Palisades? Am I remembering that right? Yes, you are remembering
I remember
right.
that.
Good
So now
job.
2 of our queens, I will say this, have the mark of Arius.
Oh, yeah.
What will it mean? We will find out.
Scary.
Who would like to level up next?
I'll level up. I'm going to do Ironhide, so I have a +1 of armor.
Ooh, I will say yes. I'll say that with a +1, I'll say we'll add it to any hit that gets towards you. You have you'll get a +1 to whenever you're trying to dodge a hit or you're trying to take a hit.
Great. Okay. That's awesome.
Does your HP go up too?
No, your HP stays the same.
Okay.
Stays the same.
And then I'm going to take that -1 from Canny, and I'm going to make that a 0. And I think that's going to change a lot of things for me in a good way.
Wonderful. Getting a little more canny. I get it. I get it. Let me look for another question. To the cast from the Nothing Man, what is it like bringing yourself while inhabiting established characters? We can popcorn around if you would like to answer that.
I think it's been fun how playful we've gotten to be with them and how much we've gotten to stretch the characters because we don't have to. Because we were doing a different storyline, it's just so fun that we get that character gets to change and evolve based on the storyline.
Yeah.
And so I think that all the characters have grown so much because of that. And so there's just a lot of play, and it's cool that Kurtis is liking that play, and that's really supportive and fun. So it feels very supported.
Yeah.
And Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think with when we start with our first stats, those helped a lot because we knew, metagaming wise, I knew that my candy was really good. So of course, because I'm Betty, I'm gonna try to do more weird, spur of the moment things because I can succeed on those things. So I think making this into a game with the stats as was created by Emily and I think it was Adam for Thing Worlds.
Dungeon World.
Nailed it.
Out of Kobold,
I think that really helped a lot. It made our characters, we could play our characters and not stray too far. I didn't start learning magic, so I liked it. It's good.
Do you have any thoughts?
You go ahead.
Okay, well, for me, it was weird because I think that I might have been the one in this group most familiar with Rat Queens going into this, as someone who had been a fan of it before this was even a project. I was into it for a long time.
I was too.
Okay, I didn't know if you were. I didn't know because some people weren't, and I wasn't sure. Okay, so two of us were. But the irony is that Braga is a relatively new member of the group, and as a character, there's one off for her, and then at the time we started it, she hadn't had a whole lot of arc yet in the main comic. Now she has in Volume 6, which came out today.
Yes!
Which it's Curtis's last arc, but there is a lot of Braga stuff happening there. So, I didn't get to read that until after we already started, so I had to kind of, figure my own version of Braga out, and so it very much felt like being cast for any other part. We had to be okay, I have these basic ideas of who this character is, but now I have to make my own version of it, which I guess is kind of what every actor in the MCU and stuff does. You take this character who's on a page and you have to just inhabit it as now I'm becoming an actor inside the studio person. You have to inhabit the character.
We are all Robert Downey Jr. at this table.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm Karen Gillan, but that's fine. No, I think that that's the nature of adaptation is that you have to just be arrogant enough to be okay, this thing is mine now, even though I didn't create this world with this character, because otherwise you're always gonna be doing an imitation. But eventually you have to kind of go, no, I am this Braga, I am this Dee, I am this Violet, I'm this Betty, and this Hannah, and just gotta do it. And I think that's that's what you have to do.
Yeah, totally agree. And it's that combination of us being the ones to play the characters. It us adding our own emotions and our own brain waves to the template of the character that exists that has made them into who they are now, which is it's really fun. It's at first it's oh no, I don't want to mess up this character.
Yeah.
People love this character.
Yeah, you want to do it justice.
But and so it's not. Yeah, it's you just want to do the character
now
justice.
We are the
and honor her. And now we just live and breathe.
Now
I say oh gods
master.
now.
Now we read the comics and go, don't screw this up for us.
I am
I'm
personally excited to see where these comics
Me too.
go.
That was a joke.
This new arc looks just from the teaser we got in the Unicorn one shot.
Yeah.
It looks real scary what's going to happen
I'm excited.
to them. So I'm
what happened at the last one was real scary, so it can only get scarier from here.
It can only get scarier. I'm really excited. And Volume 6 is out today. It's the final, this is a collection. This is the Lux edition. But Volume 6 encapsulates the final, Curtis's final arc writing for the Rat Queens. Definitely go pick it up. It is a fantastic arc. There is a bunch of great Braga stuff. It is all these in-depth character stuff, and it does play a little bit with timelines in the Rat Queens, which is kind of my inspiration a little bit too for this little segment. So feel free to go purchase that, buy it on your app, and give it a good read. Who would like to level up next?
Are you ready? Or I'm ready if you
go ahead.
You sure? I have a lot, so if you...
Go for it.
All right, so... I finally gave Braga more heart. I think that makes sense after the arc we just had.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted to get rid of my -1 canny, it just feels like heart is the stat that she got the most of. With all the stuff with Bobbit, with her reciting the poem, and stuff like that. So I did that. The move that I took to just lean into the Travis McElroy move a little bit more, I took Interrogator, which
Oh,
is
gosh.
when you parlay using threats of violence, you may now use strength instead of charisma. So I assume that means guts instead of heart.
I love it.
So that's going to be fun. So I think that will
pretty
kind of basically be like getting personal but threatening someone as opposed
Yep,
to...
that'll be real, real scary get personal.
Yeah, so I did that, and then I also I changed my baggage. I talked to Emily about it today, because I think after what just happened that last arc, where Braga charged without thinking and got sentenced to basically like this purgatory for 6 months, and also thinking about last episode that I was in 2 weeks ago, all I wanted to do was kill Robin. I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna kill her. If I had killed Robin, Betty would have died in the last episode. Like, that's what happened story-wise. Like, Robin sacrificed herself to save Betty. And so instead of being this nature versus nurture barbarian hulking out Braga, my baggage is now second-guessing. My baggage is a little bit of self-doubt when I'm getting all fired up and ready to go. Suddenly I go, wait, should I be doing this? And I'll, like, it's a little bit more insecurity and less just, like... Because like I think my baggage before was almost a superpower at times. It was almost like it gave me the reason just to start hitting things, and I think that's not as fun to roleplay as actually having something that hampers you in battle more.
Yeah, I like this new baggage.
Finally, last thing, I adjusted my bonds a little bit because so much just happened with Dee and Braga in this last episode, and I also a lot over the arc I think too, because we traveled together across the plains and like got to the thing. So I had given originally Braga 2 with Betty, because in the comics they were so close. But we haven't had a lot of like really big roleplay moments between us yet. So I moved down to 1 with you and back up to 2 with Dee.
Got it. I like it. We have a question from Mexican Robin, who, this is for everyone, real quick. What has been your favorite part of this chapter so far? So in the chapter of Cascasaria, what's been your favorite part or moment or interaction?
Ooh, I'll jump in.
do it. Yeah.
I love all of the details of each different resort and all the different characters. That's super broad, I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, there's specifically like all of the proprietors of each one. They all are so clear in my head, and I really love those characters.
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, our little sweet, I forget the name of the helper that had the Kermit voice that we all just died over.
Klaus?
Klaus? Maybe Klaus, yeah.
Klaus? Was that his name?
Wait, which one? There's a bunch
two
of...
that had similar.
It was
The
this
one-
guy
yes,
who worked for Auden.
For
I
Auden.
guess I don't have a job
He
anymore.
was
Auden's like
Right.
special helper guy.
There's
My
also
favorite.
James had a similar voice, was always very good.
Yeah.
The
My little
Dragonborn.
boy voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Dragonborn was also
Yeah.
a very sweet one.
Yeah.
Half-elf dragon boy.
So yeah, I guess it's just like, I just think this world was
Boing,
like
boing.
so beautifully painted for us by Emily and populated with
you.
these awesome NPCs. So
Yeah.
I just like being there. It was really fun.
I think for me, I was on the sidelines a lot more for this arc because I missed 2 episodes during the height of things happening. But even though I wasn't there for it, the heist was so much fun, and like it was cool to watch it, and it was so cool to see watch y'all like figure out what your role was in it, and doing like flashbacks to having things happen, and like so seeing like the way the characters interacted, and seeing the way last week when I was watching it, when everyone, first of all, the fact that like everyone rallied together. I wasn't here. I donated money, but I couldn't be part of the fundraiser. Watching the like momentum of not only this like finale episode, basically this climax, but added with the fact that like chat was like rallying to make the money to like get together, just was really awesome. So it was like a moment where it was like just really fun to be part of this project that brings out such goodness in people, and get to see like the excitement y'all had during those moments, and then also the person making you guys all repeat after them, the trolling and the thing. So
hilarious.
yeah, I have seen my answer. Last week's entirety was the greatest thing I've seen in a long time.
I feel like I was going to repeat everything, everyone.
Yeah, I love that too. Ditto.
Yeah, the flashback, the mechanic was amazing. Never played a game like that before. Very good job, Emily. As my character, I think my favorite thing was swimming in a pool with Tom.
Yeah.
I would like to see some more fan out of that, please.
And I loved the NPCs that came out of that too. Just the fact, because I think the security guard that came out.
The security guard was
God.
a paid-for NPC.
Yeah, and that
All
was
of them were.
amazing.
We got a lot
Yeah.
of amazing paid, and we got so many of these NPCs, some of these characters that I got to bring to life in this very fun setting. We're all thanks to you all who donated these amazing NPCs. Some of them are dead, but some of them will make returns.
I'm so sad about Cold
alive.
Snap because I love you doing that
I
Cold Snap
know.
voice. That-
Yeah.
I have apparently that is the second time I have given a Russian accent to
Dragonborn.
no, this person's NPCs. This is the second NPC of theirs that I have given a Russian accent.
Oh, interesting.
Very, very silly.
Yeah, the whole like hello smidgen was such a great
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
I
That was
miss
great.
her. Tear.
Yeah, I'm definitely the paid for NPCs. I blew my mind when that security guard came out with the Tom
So great.
swimming pool situation. I loved it. I love how Emily works them in, and I love how creative the chat is, because I never know if it was a part of Emily's original plan or if it came from the chat, and that is so cool. And then of course I loved the world so much. It was so rich, and it was the best massage I've ever had in my life.
God, you're so that. I think that's my other favorite thing. That moment where you roleplayed getting the massage and getting your
really
emotions out. I was crying. I was crying, laughing. I kept like putting my head down because it was
Oh my gosh.
out of control. And
That was
makeup
probably my
everywhere.
favorite moment. Is you just like this whole band analogy that came out of you.
Yes,
Like,
oh my
band.
god.
your muscles like massage.
Yeah, the
I was
rock
trying.
band
I was
massage,
tearing
yeah.
up.
Yeah, it was
from
so
laughing
good.
So hard.
Yeah, that
it
was
broke me in that
great.
episode.
Oh, that was so good.
great. All right, and finally, Dee, how would you like to level up?
Okay, so I would like to add. Okay, so I have 2 heart, 1 skill, and then 0 in guts and canny.
Mm-hmm.
I think D is getting more gutsy. I think she's starting to kind of like question a lot of stuff now, even more than she did before, and just kind of act on instinct instead of being more measured. So I'm going to add 1 to guts.
Ooh, I like it.
And in terms of my advanced move, okay, I think I just decided. I just changed my mind at the last minute.
All
so
good.
I think I'm going to take Invigorate. Even though I'm going to be apart from the queens for a while. Invigorate is when you heal someone, they take +2 forward to their damage.
Ooh, so
So
not
that-
only you heal them and then some.
Yeah. So
I
that would
like
have been nice
that.
if I had rolled well to like pop your shoulder back in
Yeah.
place and then give you +2 to damage.
Well, I kind of had it anyway because of that taunting move that I had,
Yeah,
so it
that
was
was good.
okay. But that was great.
But that could be a nice
Yeah.
buff when we're about to
Yeah.
be in battle.
for sure
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this game.
So yeah.
Wonderful. And actually, you have a question for you, Dee, from Cole Drake. So, for being an atheist, making a deal with the Ancient One, and suddenly now being a spokesperson for all gods, how atheist is Dee feeling these days?
You know what's funny? I'm glad that Braga changed her baggage, because I think I might need to change my baggage when I come back.
I think there's I think there's things we can play with, because I mean it's still kind of something that Dee deals with in the other comic arc. Not to spoil, but essentially she gets a lot of Narigoth powers and essentially becomes godlike. And
Right.
so I think
and this is like, it feels like almost and that's kind of what this D has been feeling the lack of, I think, subconsciously. Like feeling like when she put on the mask, she thought something else would happen and it didn't. So I think, she's feeling like a vacuum of something. And so, I think now, to answer the question, I think she's now falling into a bit of an apathy almost for everything. Like before, she was like, well, if I can do some good with these powers and with like calling on this god that I don't super believe in, then I'm going to do good with it. But now she's like, well, I'm just doing bad things. I'm terrorizing cities and laying waste to things. I think now her baggage is Dracarys.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I think Dee's baggage is gonna change very very soon. Because of all this.
And next week, we will level up Hannah, our Jess, who is not here. I'm very curious to see what skills she improves and what advanced moves she picks. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight and sticking around with us as we level up and answer your questions. This is, of course, Hyper RPG. Everything we do here is completely done and sponsored and funded by you all. Thank you so much for being here, talking about the show, following Hyper RPG on YouTube, following Hyper RPG and subscribing on Twitch, and following Hyper RPG across all social media platforms.
Yeah.
You are all amazing. You are what makes these shows happen. Thank you so much for your support. Man, this channel has a lot of shows every week. Tomorrow night, they've got Warhammer 40K. Things are getting good. There were some deaths last week. And so, very curious to see what happens this week with returning characters or inhabiting new characters.
Whoa.
And then Friday night, of course, is Troll Hunters. Monday is Kolok 1991. which is getting real crazy. Definitely be tuning in and watching that and catching up on YouTube and the VODs if you have not already. And then Tuesday is the official start of Season 2 of Bloodcurdling Tales in Time. All of our one-shots have now concluded. We are now traveling through time and now heading back to when the loop was built and what will we do to stop it.
Nice.
So a lot of time travel on Hyper RPG these days. But all good. You know what? Creative minds think alike, and that's what we are here on Hyper RPG. We're a bunch of creative people who have the privilege and chance to tell stories with you all. And if you're looking, if you're like me, and you're looking for a good pair of underwear, or you're looking for a new electronic toothbrush because you just got 2 cavities that you didn't know you had, there are links in the chat to not only Quip. Quip is a great electronic toothbrush that you can subscribe to. They send you new brush heads every month and special toothpaste. And especially if you're like me, like I like to have my electronic toothbrush at home, but I also like to have one that travels with me. These are great. They're super easily portable and chargeable. And yeah, you get a new brush head every month, which is really important to dental health. Don't get cavities like Jamily.
I use my Quip. I love my Quip. It's the best. It's really great for traveling.
And there's a code for that to help you get a discount on that in the chat. And also MeUndies, your undies, our undies. Go ahead and go get some underwear. I think they have a Game of Thrones print right now. They've got a Star Wars collection where it's 3 different Star Wars prints in one collection. I'm very tempted to go and get some tonight. So yeah, those are 2 ways that you can also help support RPG and support yourself with some new stuff. I did talk about Quip. I talked about my cavities.
She got real personal.
I got
about
real
the Quip.
personal.
Yeah.
I even said that I use Quip.
Roll a 2d6 plus heart, please.
Oh, wonderful. That was a 9, so that's a mixed success. It's gonna be half and half.
That's why you have cavities.
That's why I
the cavities. Yeah. Mixed success.
But thank you all so much. We will see you next Wednesday as we travel back in time, trying not to interact with the other Rat Queens in the official Rat Queens RPG right here on our Hyper RPG. And until then, keep adventuring, my queens.